and we ain't never got a box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, you know the deal. We back again. Yo. A round of applause for Jersey's finest. A lot of content creators not worthy, but they minus. They get offended and start singing like the whiners. Talking like they tough, but it's only screaming and whining. My homie JusDueBoxing is the cat you don't come to. Your squad get run through. By the time you come to, you duck food. You suckers talk tough on the internet, revealing all your threats. Now we got you trapped in the net. JusDueBoxing be on this grind, y'all better hustle up. You deadlifted 90 pounds, we doing muscle ups. There's really no comparison. His voice sound like a derringer. Throwing a towel, it's just embarrassing. My dog Just very philosophical and psychological, and he mixed it all with good boxing news. These YouTubers feel like Bishop, I guess they got the juice, but it's lonely at the top. To Just it feel like child abuse. Be respectful, he don't wanna talk wild and loose. If you can't relate, you get dismissed like a mild dispute. These weird cats will tell lies, then they hide the truth. Why beyond views? You lose your life when you collide with dude. It's JusDueBoxing. All you cowards quit jocking. Kirk is official with no other options. Yeah, yo. You know the deal. Judah Ben, we in the spot. JusDueBoxing, yeah. And of course, shout out to Mrs. Do, holding the whole family down. Word 'em up, word 'em up.
In a box to the left, in the closet, that's my stuff. Yes, if I bought it, say, don't touch.
Don't touch. Keep carrying that mess, that's fine. Could you walk and talk at the same time? And it is my name that is on that mess, so remove your bag so I can call you a cab. I'm standing in the yard, see, and he's telling me how I'm such a fool. He's talking me out. I will never ever.
What is good? What is good? What's good with the family, man? Good Sunday to the fam. We back again to get boxing. It's JusDueBoxing. Y'all catch this live on the playback, man. Y'all smash that like button. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Sub to the channel. Turn your notifications on. Drop a comment and come rock out with your boy, man. We are going to cook. We back at it again, man. Gonna get boxing. Is JusDueBoxing. It's a lot to talk about, man. It's a lot to talk about. It's a lot of mixed emotions and different feelings about the fight last night, man. Between Devin Haney and Loma, but as we always do, we're gonna give our take. We're gonna break this down real good, man. We're gonna get some straightening today, man. We're gonna get some straightening today. Man, we're gonna get some straightening, y'all. How y'all feeling, man? Y'all smash the like button, man, as we get started, man. Appreciate the fam pulling up. Say what's up to the family. D-Free, my bro. What's good with it, D-Free? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you stopping through. DP Rocker, what's good, fam? How you feeling? Big Dog Willie, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? I be who I be. Salute, fam. How you feeling? Chief Wildfire was good with it. Said you had you had a 7-5 Haney. Loma threw a lot of pity pat punches at grades that missed, and the crowd acted like he scored. And knockdown body shots made the difference. I think so too, but and you let people tell it, they'll tell you he ain't even land his body shots. It's crazy the way this been going over this fight, but we gonna get to it. We gonna get to it. And I gotta start off by saying, like, I genuinely know how to have conversation with people. You get what I'm saying? I know how to build with people. Like, I respect opinions, but people be trying to force their opinion on you and force it to be fact. Now, I agree with the statement. The body shots made the difference to me. Miss Joette, salute to the queen. How you feeling today? Hope all is well over there, queen. Good Wolf Ticket Haney is about to set some new tickets and move Devin up to 140. You know it. You know it, man. But we're going to talk about it again. You know, when you got a close fight like this, you know, ebbs and flows, nip and tuck type of deal, there's no robbery. You get what I'm saying? The fight is entirely too close and too competitive to be a robbery. You get what I'm saying? Now, you can say maybe you think the judges got it wrong or the right guy didn't win, right? I would level with that, but I ain't leveling with nobody calling robbery. It just was too close for that. And both dudes went in there and laid it all on the line, and that's what you like to see. 88 Sports Talk, what's good, family? How you feeling? Chop, what's good with it? How you feeling, Loma? One, I'm tired of these robberies, dude. Yeah, but this ain't a robbery though. This because again, it's way too close. You know what I mean? Way too close. Listen. If you feel like it wasn't, I'm not gonna tell you wrong. I'm gonna just say I felt like it was close. It was competitive all the way through. Like I said, it was gonna be. I said it was gonna be a tougher fight for Dev than people was, you know, willing to accept or admit to, and it turns out that I was right. And you know, even so much so that the fight was so competitive that now with one guy winning, they call it robbery. So that just lets you know how competitive the fight was right there. It was that, but it was close to me. I mean, I don't think even Loma felt like he blew him out the water. I definitely don't think he felt that. You get what I'm saying? I don't think his team felt that. You know what I'm saying? But again, the difference between me and other people is I know how to have a conversation. If you think a certain way, I'm not going to try to force you to think the way I do. You know what I mean? I'm going to respect where you're coming from. You seen it a certain way, you know, that's why they got different judges. And even them, they all sitting there with the same vantage point, but somehow they score rounds differently, right? Because people see different things. That's all. It don't make you wrong. It don't make you right. It's just you have an opinion. And as long as you can base it off some logic, you know what I'm saying, then I feel like it's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. Laced out was good with it, fam. Only won rounds 3, 9, 10, 11. I feel you. A couple people said they felt like he had 4 rounds. He won 4. I seen a couple people say they felt like Dev only won 4 rounds. Shit, I think Lil Boosie said he just watched Dev lose every round or something. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, no, that's way off. That's way off because ain't nobody lose every round. The fight just was way too competitive for anybody that lost every round. But I don't think. You know, I think it was really that type of fight, like a 7-5 type of fight. If you tell me 7-5 or either way, I could understand it because it was just that type of fight, man. It really was. I think Dev gonna pick up some valuable experience from this fight, and I think it's as a result, it can make him better from this fight, from this experience. It's just all how he deal with it, right? You know what I mean? What his approach going to be? Like, how good do he think he did in the fight? And you can tell, he had a fight on his hands. You can tell after the fight. Dad was in there, you know, laying it all on the line for the most part, man. Bro was bringing it, man. He really was. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate, you know, the performance from the young king, man. Again, this is what you want to see. And when people call a fight 50-50, and I start to think that I think individuals just say that because they used to people saying it. Like, you'll say 50-50 fight, but you won't consider the 50-50 action that took place. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, you'll say, it's a 50-50, then when it play out close, it got to be, somebody got robbed. Like, nah, robbery is Ismael Barroso and Rolly Romero. That's foul. You know what I'm saying? Those are foul. I mean, want to be honest, if it was anybody that didn't exactly get the benefit of the doubt, if we being honest, and salute to my cousin because she pointed it out. You got Jeremiah Nakatila. He ain't even get knocked down. He got hit with some solid shots. Don't get me wrong, but you at least should have let us see if he got knocked down or not. Like, I just don't. I think that was premature. You know what I'm saying? Dante all boxing talk. What's good with it, fam? I had Loma women, but it wasn't a robbery, right? And I ain't mad at nobody that thought he won. You know what I'm saying? Because it's that kind of fight. It's not no. You know what I mean? Mike, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling, my bro? Appreciate all y'all pulling up for this post fight, but you know we had to cook this because people been in my DMs sending me messages. I just need people to understand, like, if you feel like one guy won, as long as you don't feel like it's a robbery, I get exactly where you're coming from. But a robbery is like, nah, the fight way too close. Get what I'm saying? He didn't create nearly the kind of separation that he would have needed to make it a wide margin. Like, it was just that type of fight. I mean, Haney was very reactive to the things that was coming back at him. And I think that put him in a real good position and situation to, you know, do his thing. Robbery could have went either way. All facts, Mike. No robbery, bro. I just don't like the robbery word because it get overused. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it get used where it don't apply in areas. Y'all give me a second. Let me grab a bottle of water. 2 seconds, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm back. My bad. Let's get to it, though, man. Great fight. Congratulations, Haney. Right. Congrats to the young king for keeping his belts, man. And still, that's what I like to see. He went out there and he handled his business. And at the end of the day, Loma could have did more and he should have, you know what I mean, to make it more definitive. He should have did more to create separation inside those rounds. It's just that simple, you know what I'm saying? But again, man, my biggest issue with fights, with boxing, period, is people do not know how to share opinions. People come in with their opinions like it's more valid than the next man. When you go on, especially when it comes to this fight, you get what I'm saying? It's a lot of nonsense, man. But congrats to Haney, man. Salute to Loma. He went out there and he gave it his all, bro. Gave it his all, pretty much. People need to relax, G's. All we ask for the best to fight the best. And when they do, I still, you say what I'm saying, Queen? Facts. Just be happy we got a great fight. But that's too much to ask, I guess. So again, lately I got this, I've been saying this, people are bad fans, man. It's a such thing as bad fans. It is. Mr. Kyler, what's good with it? Hey, Coach Henry said name the rounds, Loma won, so I can go back and watch it. Salute to Mr. Kyler. Appreciate you pulling up, bro. I just want Haney and Shakur and Tank to mix it up. It's time now. They was over on the Rise podcast. Coach Kenny said send DM Shakur, Haney, something. He said somewhere along the lines of tell Shakur he next or something. That Shakur could be next and then Haney, something like that. Something like that I was hearing them say. I didn't catch it all, but they said something like that. Right, Ghost was good with it. Shakur, Tank, and over everybody. I'm telling you, man, this is them guys special. K-Rod was good with it. Dead Game Boxing, what's happening with it, fam? Loma along with Haney. Yeah, man. Salute to Haney, man. But I like Loma though, man. I like Loma. Oh, could have did more. Yeah. Watch it. 8 rounds for Loma. 7 to me weren't clear, but it is what it is. Decision is what it is, and that's that. Yeah, it ain't no robbery though. As long as it ain't no robbery, I don't care who said. If somebody feel like Loma won, I just don't. I have an issue with the robbery talk, but I don't have an issue with nobody saying they think Loma won. You know what I'm saying? It was that type of fight. I keep saying it was back and forth. No wrong answers a lot of times. A lot of people need to go back and watch that fight. It was not a robbery. 84 Dev. I had to salute the 88 Sports Talk, and I believe you, family. I trust you. That right to the body was moving his bowels. That facts, yo. Facts. He was tearing his body up, bro. All these, man, 817, my God, man. Yo, bro. Again, man, you know what, man? Or what? This is like, y'all know I don't do no arguing over here, but I love to cook up with certain people, man. 817 just one of them people, man. One of them people, bro. Always cooking, man. Facts, man. We all feel free to talk. We're gonna talk about this. And again, my conversations come from a place of respect and understanding. So if you feel a way, like, you know what I mean, state how you feel, and it's all good. And we're gonna rock out the same way. Nobody has to have one opinion over here. We don't have to agree, but we don't have to disagree either. You could just state your case and rock out. You know what I mean? Hope we get Shakur versus Devin next. They're on the same network, so it's possible and we deserve it. That's an absolute great fight. Yeah, Dante, we're gonna get to that too. And I ain't knocking them for it. Again, this is entertainment, y'all. This is entertainment. We're gonna enjoy this. I aim for y'all to enjoy the conversations when y'all come over here. You know what I'm saying? Boxing Fanatico to Tupac Davis. Man, I like Shakur, man. I like Shakur. I like the energy. And again, it's coming from a place of competition, man. I like what he ain't scared to speak his piece, man. But you know, long as it could result into a great fight for us, man, I'm cool. Loma fanboys stay mad. Yeah, they're gonna be mad. They're gonna be mad for a long time. OZ Boxing 22, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? You only won 8 rounds. To me, Robbers when you win 10 rounds and lose because of a knockdown in 12 like Rashidi. Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, they flipped the coin and they said it landed on Shakur or something about being next. Right, they did say, appreciate that, Miss Joette. They did say some, appreciate you. They did say that, Shakur. Right? Everyone salute the jersey. You know what it is. 817, what's good with it, family?
What's good with it?
Corner, what's good, cuzzo? What's good, 817? I know you've been saying the blast for me, man. Buckle up, Boxer Talk. What's good with it, fam? BC, what's good with it, bro? How y'all feeling, man? But yeah, 817, y'all know, man, I stay true to my name, man. And even when I do criticize, it's not with the intent to tear the fighter down. It's to have a good conversation. Like, two people be mostly attached to being wrong. I never seen nothing like it, bro. I never seen nothing like it. Like, man, now y'all being mostly attached to being wrong as hell. When y'all go down swinging on being wrong. BC, what's good with it, fam? Shakur and Haney, that was your chance to do the WWE intro. Yeah, Loma start crying. You did good. Right, God self, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? Javon, what's good? Browns were closer, could have gone either way. Yeah, Loma can only blame himself for not closing the show. Yeah, I think he went for
whoever said that. Thank you.
Javon, man, let's talk about it. 817, what's good with it, Brody?
Hey, bro, just salute to you. Salute to the platform and the chat. Hey, I don't know if folks remember, but I called 7-5 when the fight was made.
You did.
I called 7-5 when the fight was made.
You absolutely did.
And I felt like Dev just had enough, right? He just had enough. And last night he just had enough. And Loma, he did not finish the fight the same way. The 10th and 11th, he really was building momentum. And this is why I always thought Top Rank would slide in with the fuckery. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like it would take Loma a little bit to get inside and to break Dev down or whatnot, but he would finish the fight strong. And it was going to plan. It was going to plan. The fuckery was coming to me, in my opinion, before I even saw the cards, right?
Right, Mr. Tyler. Facts.
Until the 12th round. When the 12th round, Dev, man, it's almost like Dev been on a tricycle, right? Or he been on a bicycle with training wheels, right? As far as championship fights, right? Because we all know that Kambosos wouldn't know heavy ass champion. You know what I'm saying? He's just what we call a belt holder. Some motherfuckers hold the belt.
That's what he was.
Right. And you got some cats that's champions, right?
Right. And Dev is the champion.
So Dev kicked them training wheels off on the biggest hill in the motherfucking neighborhood.
Right.
Right?
Right.
He rode his championship training wheels and then just kicked them off and went down that goddamn hill. Lomachenko ran out of gas. He was running out of gas during the fight. He was wrenched in the last 30 seconds of round.
What you think contributed to him running out of gas, though?
Them body blows.
No, you can't be 817. You can't be talking about the body shots that didn't land, did you?
The body blows. Them body blows. And
them body shots was stinging, bro.
Man, and just everybody was talking about the jab this and the jab that and the jab this and the jab that. Well, the one thing a lot of people weren't giving Lomachenko credit for was his movement. Head movement, body movement, footwork, right? But we all know that's part of the matrix.
Right.
So instead of trying to pinpoint his head and chase his head all day, Dev hit what was there. He made him lock his feet in the ground or start going backwards, and then he attacked that body, right? So at the end of the day, Lomachenko, look, in championship fights, you got to take the belt from the champion. Loma was on his way to doing it, but the body blows early took the gas away from him late to be able to do it. And he let Dev get back on the bicycle in round 12.
Man, McQueen was good,
So, you know, everybody, man, give the respect to the kid. You know what I'm saying? It's funny that
you should have earned it from people, to be honest. That's earning it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't asking for it. He went out there and he did what he said, right? I mean, look, the fight was competitive and it was supposed to be.
Thank you.
I think the kid just, look, man, it's his first real 50-50 fight, right?
Right.
And he did his thing. Look, it was close because Loma wasn't no washed up fighter, how they was trying to make it seem, trying to sell that. We're not selling that. Y'all just seen a guy that wasn't washed up. That's what that was. You know what I mean?
And at the end of the day, all his contemporaries is hating it. You know, oh, I can beat him, or, you know, Loma won, or he looked this, or he looked that. You know what? A lot of motherfuckers ain't taking the same chances. They ain't putting it all on the line. You feel what I'm saying? It's easy to put it all on the line when it's all in your favor. But when the shit ain't in your favor, when you put it all on the line.
Right.
Devin did that last night. That was a voluntary, people. I'm going to say it again. He volunteered to fight Lomachenko, people. He volunteered.
Absolutely, he did.
So give that man his respect. I know your old lady gonna be mad, but I seen Tupac Davis doing a bunch of capping.
Yeah, I got the clip. I keep the clips.
I know you gonna play it, but
clips we gonna play.
Y'all look here, man.
My bad, D-Free.
These cats out here, like Tupac Davis, y'all the same motherfucking age, bro. Y'all the same motherfucking age, bro. Every time somebody talk about getting on your head, Tupac go to talking about I'm making mixtapes. I ain't even really rapping yet. I'm just 6-0.
Good point, Javon. Good point.
So come on, man. Give the man his credit. If he can't do it, you know, for a long time, at least this weekend, at least 24 to 48 hours. I feel like I just watched Charlo win, and they want to hit him with Janabek before he even get on the goddamn plane. That man went in there and did some shit when nobody wanting to do. So give Dev his little old credit. Do he got holes? Yes. Do we need to keep working? Yes. But at 24 years old, who else putting it on the line like that?
And again, that's why I wanted this fight to happen, because I wanted to give him the respect that I felt like he did deserve. And again, for anybody that felt like it might have been a draw or for Loma, you're not crazy. But the robbery is the crazy talk. Not saying Loma won. Not saying, you know what I mean? You felt like he edged it. I could level with that, but no robbery. Too far too competitive, man. Both guys went in there and went at it.
But just here's the problem with the robbery talk. If you keep saying it's a robbery, how many more real big fights are we going to get? This is what we've been asking for in boxing.
Bro.
A true fucking 50-50 fight. A fight where you don't know who's gonna win. It's the best fighting the best.
Exactly.
Now we get a W, and motherfuckers with the robbery talk.
Yeah,
now you want to talk robbery?
Exactly.
Go look at some shit last week.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just not a robbery. I'm cool with all opinions. You feel like it's 7-5 the other way, you swung it. It's fine, because that's one of them fights. Again, that's what a 50-50 fight is. People say that fights are 50-50, but then when it play out, you surprised that it was close. Like this is ain't we been saying 50-50? That's how that action played out last night to me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody straight up dominated nobody. Loma started picking up some momentum at a good time in the fight. I think he shot the load a little bit, and I thought the body shots throughout the fight that Dad was doing was smart. I thought it was intelligent work from him. You know what I'm saying? It was good work. It was good to see it. Buckle up. What's
good?
What you got on it, bro?
Check this out, man. That was an excellent fight last night. I mean, everything turned out exactly how it was going to turn out, man. Look, and for those that don't know, if you heard my show before the fight, if you listen to my video before the fight, I did predict Loma to pull it out. So I keep it straight down the middle. I thought Loma would probably pull it out, but guess what though? I'm so real with it that I have to say Loma had the chances to finish in a lot of in certain situations where he ain't finished out. He had Devin in situations where he probably could have finished the fight, but he ain't or got him or stopped him. He just ain't pressed down like he was supposed to, and I just wasn't satisfied with everything. That I didn't see everything that I thought I would see, thinking that he would win. I got to be honest with myself. And when I watched the fight, I could have went draw. I could have went draw, but I wasn't mad when they gave it to Devin because of the shortage of shit that Loma was giving me on certain situations. So that's what made me say it is what it is. Hey, he pulled it out, and I think that fight that I definitely feel like that fight that 500K pay-per-views or pay-per-view buys or better, and that shit gonna put Devin in another situation. Devin is that guy. It is what it is.
Yo, Buck, I just want to ask you, do you think if Loma would have fought the 12th like he fought the 11th, he at least gets the draw or the W?
Probably so.
Thank you.
So. He kind of like eased up. And I was looking for so much because I bet a couple dollars on it. We was sitting around with the fellas and we bet a couple niggas had Devin. I had Loma, a couple of, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, Loma not pressing. He keep on like making shit happen and then he stopped.
Fam, I was so nervous them last 90 seconds, fam. I stood up. My lady was watching me. I stood up. I was like, come on, Dale, just swim. You hear me? Because I was expecting Loma to unleash, knowing that, hey, they're going to tap that mat in a minute. You know what I'm saying? They're going to tap that mat in a minute and this shit going to be over with. I just knew Loma was going to unleash a flurry that was going to give him the 12 clearly. He never did.
Let me ask you something, too. Let me ask you something, because with this narrative that goes around, I definitely want to hear what y'all would have to say about this. So how do you feel about 4 years ago, what they always been talking about, though, all the way up to this day? With Devin keep on pressing 4 years ago, if he would have fought me 4 years ago, so do you think, what you think would have happened 4 years ago? You think we had the same kind of outcome?
I think 4 years ago, he'd got beat. I think Loma ran from him because of the size and shit. When Dev talked about himself rehydrating and shit on the shop, and talked about at least being 150 coming in on fight night, I think that's part of the reason why Loma took Tio and took that franchise route rather than fighting Dev. Right?
But what do you think the outcome would have been? Do you think Devin still would have beat Loma back then?
No, I do not. Loma fucked himself by not fighting Dev.
You're a real dude. That's a real answer. That's how I feel too.
Give me 2 seconds.
Now we'd have to see it that night, fam. Because you never know, right? You never know. Like you can assume a lot, but we have to see it to know. But off of what I seen last night and what we know, right? And what we seen Dev learn over the last couple of fights before this one, no, I don't believe he beat Loma 4 years ago.
Me neither. Trey, what's good with it, Trey? Appreciate you pulling up. Salute to you.
What's up? And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
What's up? What's up? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, fam.
Big dog, what's good with it, big dog?
I'll make this quick, short and sweet. Yeah, Loma didn't. I said it was a draw. I mean, that's what I'm leaning towards. Loma didn't win that fight. You have to do more to beat the champion. And that 12th round, he, like you said, he just didn't feel like he wasn't putting any more pressure on Devin. And that would lost him the fight, basically. My opinion.
That's good, Brody.
That's what it is. But we'll get on this later. But I want to talk about him running out the ring with Shakur guy in there. I didn't like that at all.
At all. Me neither. I peeped it too.
Well, what was he? Well, look, y'all. what was he really supposed to do? Because at the end of the day, right? If y'all listen to Dale, y'all can hear that he's not staying at 135.
No. Let's not do this. Let's not do this.
Fam,
Because
listen. I understand that Bill done did a lot of hot talking on behalf of Dale, right? I know that the shit is stirred for them to fight. And I know everybody ready to call it a duck if he don't. I understand that. But I also understand what I watched. And I also watched this boy struggle trying to make 135 the last 2 to 3 times he done stepped on that goddamn scale. Now, I know what we want as fans, but common sense telling me the boy going to 140.
Yeah, he's going to go to 140.
Fair, Will.
Yeah, going to 140, but his dad capped way too hard for him. And
what the fuck was he supposed to do, though, fam?
Jersey
he go to 140. He ducks. I don't care what nobody said. This man said out of his own mouth, he's staying at 135 for the rest of the year. So if he tuck his tail and go to 140, he's a duck. We call everybody else duck for all other kinds of
I smashed that like button up to the channel.
This man came out and he said it again last night.
He did because he's trying to save face.
Yeah, so if you go to 140, he's ducking. Because you can't say out of your mouth right after your fight that if Shakur or Tank want to fight at 135, then we can make it happen. And then you say, oh, nah, I can't make 135. I got to go to 140. So you should have never said it. Just like we get on everybody else.
I get it. I agree, D-Free. I'm not mad at it. But I'm telling you, I'm using my common sense and looking at the boy. I feel like he's going to 140.
Logic, man.
But let me ask y'all something. By him going to 140, okay, if he go to 140, to me, buckle up looking on that. What you going up there for? I mean, he not going to be a threat at 140, so I'm not going to be mad. Who mad? If you mad about him going to 140, okay, I want him to fight Devin. I want him to fight Tank or fight Shakur too, but I ain't pressed like that. Shakur can fight. Shakur and Tank can fight then. We can do 135 with Shakur and Tank. And we could send Devin to 140, but Devin is not going to survive at 140 if anybody thinks he is. He is not going to survive at 140.
Who would he not survive against at 140?
Hey, well, Dev has to show a little bit more power and a little bit more control for some of the guys at 140. But in general, right? All the guys that say he got holes and this, that, and the third, they really ain't been in with no talent like that either.
Yeah, but 140 is really not like a stacked division.
I'm gonna tell you this.
I mean, if you talking Josh Taylor, you talking Regis, or you talking even if you talking the new kid in there, Shorty, Richard Hitchens, any of them, I think Richard Hitchens.
I mean, Hitchens is okay. He's not at the best.
Huh? Ain't none of them cats been in there with nobody like a Lomachenko to make them look the same kind of way either. So we just gotta see it. We just gotta see it.
We'll see.
Yeah, okay. We just gotta see it. But I mean, but I know that Bill talk a lot, and I know that a lot of egos go with this boxing game. So you gonna get motherfuckers to say shit. That's why we always got a bone to pick with motherfuckers, right? But using my common sense, looking at Dale, and looking at the situation, he going to 140, and he gonna tell everybody, I wanted to stay at 135, but my body wouldn't allow me. I'm telling y'all that's what's coming.
Well, look, I take Tank and Shakur all day. I take Tank and Shakur. I take Tank and Shakur all day, every day. If that's what it end up being going down to.
I want all of those fights. But what I would say, what I've noticed at Dale.
Damn, we lost.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather just see Devin go to 140.
Mr. Holmes was good with
it. Makes sense to, kill yourself for 35.
Yeah, I don't want to see him at 135 if he's struggling to make 135 because we ain't gonna get the best Shakur and Dale fight of the best Devin.
Yeah, people want to see him struggle his body and then he's gonna get himself killed. Like honestly, like I would say for most people that don't understand boxing, like people don't understand like the danger of cutting a lot of weight every time when you're getting into tough fights. If you're not like if you're not cutting like your body right, you could easily get yourself killed because like I went through that during wrestling back in high school, and it's not the same thing. But you know, but the difference is that in wrestling, you have to weigh in the day of like your match, but in boxing, you have to do it like a day before. And the danger behind that is that you're killing yourself to make weight for that particular day, and then you have to rehydrate the next day. And then if sanctioned bodies are holding you back to rehydrate, then that's also putting like a burden on your body to get yourself hurt.
Right. Well, I mean, it was a key to hear that Dev was drinking water during them interviews and shit. He was steady hydrating. You know what I'm saying? So he was losing weight the right way, and even losing weight the right way, he still had to reweigh, y'all.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, listen to certain shit. Like, when you drinking water on fight week, you know, most of the time, motherfuckers not drinking nothing on fight week because, you know, they trying to not have the water weight. This nigga pissing, you know, he drinks a lot so he can piss out a lot. Devin was losing weight the right way, and he still had to reweigh twice. So I know what mouths say. I know what egos say. I know Bill done built up a lot of shit. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit under the bridge, and your mouth will overload your ass sometimes. And this was one of them situations. His mouth overloaded his ass when it came to Loma, and it damn near cost him, right? And his mouth overload his ass when it comes to this weight thing and what division he gonna fight in. And it's gonna come back to bite him in the ass when he move to 140, because you're gonna have a division of people saying he ducked Dale and he ducked Shakur by going to 140. But I'm just saying, I'm reading the tea leaves, and his body, what his mouth saying, and how he's teetering on it. Every time he say he gonna stay at 135 and fight one of them cats, is because somebody don't put it up like they ready to whoop your ass. They ready to whoop your ass. What you gonna do? It's a pride thing.
But you know what? That's what I heard last night over and over the whole time I watched that fight last night. You know what so many people were saying watching that fight around me? I just kept so many people saying, whoever said girls and everything, whoever said either one of them would beat Tank. They said Tank would have beat the shit out either one of them. Tank knocked either one of them the fuck out. They get knocked the fuck out. They ain't fucking with Tank. Why y'all talking about they can beat Tank? They can't. I said, yeah. Well, all right.
I mean, of course you was gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? It's just the nature of the fans today. They'll do something good. All Tank fans or Shakur fans gonna be like, that shit wasn't nothing. You know, when Tank beat Ryan last week, right? Motherfuckers was like, oh, you know, bye. He knew he was gonna lose to Ryan. Or motherfuckers was saying that Ryan did work on Tank. And Tank got away. You know, it's always gonna be some extra shit. Until these motherfuckers fight each other, it's always gonna be some shit. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of motherfuckers talking out the side of their neck that won't even handle business in the realm that they got. You feel me? Tupac talking about Dev and what he got going on. Nigga, you won't even fight Andy Cruz, bro. Like, stop, fam.
Shit, I'm surprised Andy Cruz is taking like a 10-rounder his first fight.
Yeah, I mean,
he trying to make a statement.
Gold medals got them feeling real high.
Actually,
kind of like Loma, how they was with Loma. He getting that treatment.
I don't know, I don't know if you guys know Cesar Seda, but he's like a really big figure in the boxing game. But he actually manages Ryan Pino. Like, I actually talk with him as well. He's a fighter, but he said in like a recent post, I think the plan for Andy is that he's gonna fight Juan Carlos Burgos, his first fight, and then if he does well, then he's basically gonna be moved fast to get to get up to like the title shot at 135. So maybe if anything, him and Keyshawn Davis could probably see each other real soon.
Well, everybody in the chat saying that Dev is it's over for him with the elites, and at 135 and 140 gonna get smoked by everybody or whatever, right? That's cool. That's cool. But how many motherfuckers gonna smoke Lomachenko?
That's what I'm saying. How many times has he actually gotten smoked?
Right. Truly
None of them,
smoke.
they keep talking that shit about Lomachenko, and Loma be going up. Loma give all of them the same
I
type
just
of
respect the win and like me staying true to the name. Like
I
I'm not
respect
looking
It's
for
only a few
I
rematch.
motherfuckers
respect
that
his
you can
fucking
mention.
I respect his humbleness after the fight, even after taking the loss. You see how he just like a laugh and he like, hey, look, he said, I don't got nothing to say about that, man. Look, y'all seen the fight. It is what it is. He congratulations. Man, I like that. I respect that. I mean, he ain't have no fuck it. It is what it is. Y'all said it. Y'all say, well,
He was kind of trying to allude to that he won. That's what he was trying to say without saying it.
Yeah, he was in
Like,
a way, but
y'all
I
all
like how
seen
he
it.
still maintained his composure with it. Like, it ain't,
What I don't like though, this man basically was at his home, man. Yeah. Them people, man. Some of them people bogus for booing, man. Like, man. Like, I don't get it, man.
You know what time it is.
You know
the
what? You gotta beat
possibility
the
was.
and another thing, you gotta beat the champion better than that, Loma. You
Thank
gotta
you.
beat the
That's
undisputed
what
champion.
they
You gotta
say.
beat them a little bit more better than that. You gotta beat them to get the win.
Now
You gotta beat
listen,
them a little
if
better
we
than that.
flip that shit around, right? Let's just flip the entire scenario of the fight around, right?
Right.
And let's say Loma was controlling the fight like that, and then Dev got loose for a few rounds and got on Loma ass. But Loma came in the 12th and pretty much righted the ship. He didn't do nothing major in the 12th, but he ain't let nothing major happen to him, and he controlled the 12th, right? And they fucked around and gave the decision to Devin Haney.
Right.
Imagine what the fuck we be hearing this morning.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
imagine what the fuck we be hearing. Loma got loose on T.O. the same way. But but on the cool, he was most scared of T.O. knockout power. That's why he took way longer, right? But once he finally got started,
6 rounds, he was scared of T.O. knockout power. You a motherfucking 100% correct. Yes,
and once he finally got in there, he started whooping T.O. motherfucking ass, right? But T.O. came back, took control of the 12th round, and won the fight. Am I right, y'all?
Be doing that shit, man. He always be throwing fights like now. I be losing money on that nigga every time off that bullshit, yo.
It's the same shit. It's the same shit.
I like how he fight, though. I gotta rock with him when he fights. So I just like how he fight, but I ain't fucking with him no more. Now, far as
I like Loma. Hey, look, I like Loma abilities. I don't like the way he move. See, a lot of people get it confused when a nigga talk about the way these motherfuckers move, right? Like when Canelo make whole moves or whatever, I'm gonna call him out, right? I'm gonna call him out. If I think it's a soft move or a whole move, I'm gonna call it out. Just like D Free saying that about Dev moving to 140, right? We all feel what we feel, the moves, right? But the fight in the ring is some different shit. You got to be able to separate the two. Loma is a great talent in the ring. In the ring.
Sean, my bro, was good with it, Sean.
At 135, he always been undersized. We ain't seen the same Loma at 135 that we saw at 130 and 126.
Why don't he just fight at 130 and just stay there? He would be so much better. Go try to be undisputed at 130, make it a hot division, maybe some other
fights. Good with it, Prime.
He would destroy at 130 still.
Wouldn't he? Yeah, I think he would do real good. Because them guys at 135, I just think a tad too big for him.
That's it. They're not better than him, really.
Him solidly. If Loma and Tank was to get in and Tank catch him solidly, I could see Tank probably knocking Loma out, baby.
Facts. And I'm gonna say it again. Nobody at that weight is more talented than Loma or more skilled than Loma. Loma is just undersized at 135. For him to be able to do what he does effectively and be as effective as he was at 130 and 126, it's not happening at 135. Every fight he fought at 135, he been the smaller guy. Every fight. And he ain't got that Tank element to him.
What was his name? Ortiz?
Ortiz dwarfed him too.
That was a tough fight. Yeah, he sure damn near lost that fight for real. Yeah.
So salute to the guys, man. You know what I'm saying? I love this boxing game, bro. And I try to keep it a buck with y'all. You feel me? I called it 7-5 when the fight was made. I felt like Dev was going to have just enough. But I felt like it would be questionable enough for the fuckery to come. right? And everything was going to plan except for the 12th. When Loma didn't fight that 12th round like he fought them last two, he left the door open to lose. It is what it is. And when that man was sobbing in his hands, I'm telling y'all, he knew that in his heart.
Well, I had a 7-5 for Haney. I thought he pulled it off, and I thought he needed that 12th round. I feel like he did, just pulled it out. I mean, but anybody tell me he had it the other way, I won't put up an argument. I just don't do that. That's why I keep pointing out the obvious, because people seem to forget. They have judges there that see different stuff. You think we can't see different stuff? It don't make you wrong unless you're saying something that's egregious, something like you saying it's a blowout. Reason I don't feel like it's a robbery, because the fight was way too competitive, bro. We got us a 50-50 fight, and the action played out as such. And one guy just managed to edge it. It's just what it is to me, man. And like, it can't be a robbery when it's that competitive. And again, I feel like as a supporter of the sport, we got what we wanted. Like, again, I keep saying this. They said Tank and Ryan was an exhibition. They complained about it. They said the man ain't belong in the ring with Tank. He did nothing to deserve it. And on top of that, the undercard was some shit, and the overall price point was too high. Cool. But then you turn around and you get the opposite of all of that. You get a lower price point. It's $60. You get a solid undercard as well, in my opinion. You get a 50-50 fight, and a guy that you can't really say don't deserve it because he's accomplished and he's one of the top fighters, obviously. And you still find a way to whine about the fight. I don't understand. They really just gave us what we wanted. A meaningful fight. The other one was the biggest fight at the lightweight division, but they had the most meaningful one last night. Respect to them both, man. Look, man,
that was the most meaningful one because that was legacy involved. That's why that was the most meaningful one. Hey, Justin, I'm ready to get up out of here, man. It was good getting in here with y'all. I got a few things I got.
You already know, bro.
I'll catch you on the next one. Everybody be safe out there today, and I'm gonna drop something on it. I'm gonna drop something. I'm gonna drop a video on some shit about the fight too tonight too.
You already know. I'll be checking it out.
All right,
Mr. Vegas was good with it.
Good shit, buckle up.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's why I like the build with the bros, man. Nobody has to have the same. It's no good conversation that could come out of this if we all think the same exact thing. But again, it's all good. Like, I feel like as long as you logical about whatever your opinion is, I ain't putting up no resistance arguing about it. That's what the whole point of this build is. Like, what did y'all see differently? It happens like that. I just seen a tight fight. Seen Dev really, you know what I mean? He matured a bit in there. He matured a bit in there. Look, his mentality, you can say what you want. I seen a presence of mind last night to try to like really put some hurt on. He was trying to, you know what I mean, be a little imposing. I like the way he was turning that hook over. Like the way he was placing the feet, man, and responding. Like it's a lot of little things he was doing well in there for a guy that got a ton of experience. That Loma is crafty, man. Dev did a good job keeping up with the little tricky shit, or the tricky fighter that is Lomachenko. I think he did a damn good job. Like, you got to think it's a true step up fight for him. He just fought Kambosos. Fought Lomachenko, man. Look.
You got to give Bill some credit too, because Bill is a hell of a hype man, right? I call him Bobby the Brain Heenan. He a WWE salesman. Goddamn me. If you listen to him long enough, you think Dev will never be beat. Right, you hear what I'm saying? Right. But he worked that corner last night. And when he felt his son slipping, like that 12th round, when he went to the corner in that 11th, he got his son attention. Hey, this the last round.
JJ, salute, fan.
You feel what I'm saying? So give Bill some credit for his corner work too. He was very articulate. He was calm. He articulated what he needed to see from his son, what he needed to do. And I mean, he did a great job being effective in that corner.
Let me ask this question. Do y'all see what I see as Devin step up in competition? Because we were talking about how Devin is a masterclass boxer, how his defense is on point. But the last couple of fights that I've been seeing him, he's been getting hit a lot with the straight left. When he fought JoJo Diaz, he was getting hit with the straight left. He fought Kambosos. Kambosos was hitting him with the overhand right. And then he fought Lomachenko last night, and he was he was getting hit numerous of times with that straight left. If he go to 140, he's going to have a problem because it seems like he got problems with southpaws. He's going to have a problem because Regis Prograis is a southpaw. Josh Taylor is a southpaw. Even Antoine, he's a southpaw, and all of those guys can crack. And I think Dev will have a major problem going to 140 fighting against one of those guys.
Well, see, D Free, I think that as far as Taylor and Prograis, that may be a ship that sailed. Those are older guys, and I don't see Dev running up to 140 and actually taking on them guys unless we get Josh Taylor next, because I don't believe T.O. gonna beat Taylor. Okay, so I kind of think, you know, those two guys he may bypass, but I do agree with you, right? That Dev, the last couple of all his master class and his defense is impregnable and all of this shit. And I believe in boxing. A lot of times, when you get to that upper level, you have to give something. Right, you have to give away something. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to stop everything, block everything, get around everything. I think in some fights with some cats, you just gonna have to give up some shit, try to weather it, and be able to get to the other shit that you allowed that you giving up that to get to. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe that was it that was it when it was with Loma, but really, to me, I just don't think he could figure out the left hand. Loma is super crafty, and I don't think he could figure out exactly when he was getting it off. And I think when he concentrated on it, that's what fucked him and got him caught by everything else. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So yeah, he got a lot of work to do, but you got to think, how many southpaws is it up there that's really, really on that level, and that's that goddamn good? Because JoJo was a decent southpaw, and he beat him 9-3, even though he was catching some shots.
It's not so much of being good if you can't figure out the left hand, because if you in there with a southpaw that can punch, they might not have to be as good as you. They just need to crack you one time and put you out.
Right. Well, we got. I'm just saying it's maybe two guys, maybe 2 or 3 guys, and we just got to see it. Tank being one. And like you said, I mean, if he don't figure it out, he gonna succumb to it. Bottom line.
Right. Salute to my bro Sean, man, and that's super, man. He said you gotta beat the champ decisively. Loma didn't do that in my opinion, but I could see the fight going either way on the cards. Dev got touched a lot,
and we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shit, just he was hurt more in the Linares shit. He was hurt more with Linares than he was with Loma last night.
Oh, yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. And again, for me,
Loma just stunned him. Hurt him.
You know, the positive, the upside to all of this is the youth on his side. And again, I'm very cool with, like, because people, a lot of times we ask for people to get tests, right? We ask for people to step it up. And then when they get tests, people are overly critical. Now he knows even more what areas to improve on. And that's how you get better. So I'm glad he got tested. But
and he got some of the best tape to work from. He got some of the best tape to work from.
Is going to end up being a real issue right now. This is the first time you've seen somebody land it that often, right? So you got to see. For me, I'm gonna be real with it. I got to see from fight to fight if this is going to be an issue for you now. Because again, a lot of people going to look at that fight and they're going to see the obvious. You getting tagged with a lot of left hands, but the thing is, will everybody be able to do it, and will he fix the issue? You know what I mean? Because if I see it from fight to fight, he gonna
work on it. I ain't gonna say he gonna fix it just, but he gonna work on it, fam. I guarantee you, because they know walking out of there that they didn't put on the performance that they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? To really cement Devin. I mean, it cemented him as far as him putting his nuts on the line and you know what I'm saying, putting it all on the line and going out there and gutting out a win. But they know that wasn't a typical Devin Haney performance, and I guarantee you they know blood in the water and the sharks are circling.
I'm gonna say this.
Word, salute.
If he get in there with Tank Davis, he's going to sleep. Because you're not going to take those many left hands from Tank Davis and survive.
Damn right.
Yeah.
We've been saying that though for the longest, D Free. That's why I always said Tank could get him in 36 minutes. Because as good as Devin can box, we saw it again last night. He can box his ass off, right? But there comes a point within that 36 minutes that you're either taking a break, you're taking a walk, you're trying to save a few breaths or whatever, and you get caught. Loma caught it with that 1-2, and it fucked him up, right? But if Tank catch your ass, like D Free said, if Tank catch your ass with something, ain't no stumbling around, ain't no grab it, ain't no holding, he gonna fucking finish you, bro.
And that's what I said about Shakur, because Shakur's going to hit him a lot more often too. And because Shakur is just as good a boxer as Devin. So that left hand's going to come from Shakur often. He's going to land.
Listen, the difference between Shakur and Tank is Tank don't mind getting hit. Shakur don't like being hit.
Shakur can move.
So as good as Shakur is, as good as my guy is, as good as he is, and I know Jud's gonna cook on it. As good as he is, the boy don't like getting hit.
Yeah, so Shakur don't get hit because he can move.
People, like if you
Shakur got deep.
Do he want to get rocked? Do he want to go through that to know he could deal? He'd tell you no. Like, motherfucker, no, you gonna have to earn that. Nah, I don't want you hitting me.
Nakatani hit my guy upside the head, and my nigga got on his bike a little bit and changed up his game plan.
You won't, but let's not forget too, he did drop him. He still put the dude down.
Yeah, he did.
But I just think that's the intelligence. Once you get hit with a shot that you know you don't need to be getting hit with, and I see you make the necessary adjustment while still being offensive, not to let that shot land again, I could rock with it. That's just intelligence. And don't go to the crowd. I don't give a damn. If you boo, that's why you as good as you are. Don't be no fool. This ain't bravado. You ain't get where you at trying to just be tough. You smart. I
think Shakur beats Dale too. Don't get me twisted, y'all. I think Shakur beat Dale too. I think the two best little guys I done seen in the game is Tank and Shakur. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think Dev can fuck with either one of them two. But I do know Shakur don't like being hit either.
But Shakur got the defense. Shakur, what I seen last night, Shakur got better defense than Devin. Hands down.
We all knew that. That's way before this fight.
It's a lot better though. It's a lot better.
Shakur's defense is not even close.
Hell yeah, I've been saying Shakur is a better defensive fighter. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, well, Shakur can't do this. Shakur's not on Devin's level." I'm like, man, Shakur is way more defensive sound than Devin Haney.
Crazy. That's
he's the soundest defensive fighter in boxing. There's not a better defensive. Yeah, there's not a better guy.
Yeah, I always said that Tank Davis was the pretty boy Floyd, and I said Shakur was the money Floyd. Because Shakur has the defense that Floyd had, but Tank had that power when Floyd was younger and the offense.
I compare Shakur more to Sweet Pea. He reminds me so much of Sweet Pea. His ability to swim and not get wet, to be standing in front of a motherfucker
in the pocket,
in the pocket, and work your ass and avoid your best offense and give it right back to you, and also being able to make adjustments on the fly. Man, Sweet Pea made adjustments on the fly so seamlessly, y'all. If y'all go watch his fights, look how seamlessly he made adjustments, and we see Shakur do the same type of shit.
How did you guys judge the fight?
7-5. I mean, if we went by round, I gave Dev the first two, and then I gave Loma.
I go draw.
I had 7-5 Haney, and I'm a Tank fan. I had 7-5 Haney.
I did too.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. Before the fight started, I said I'm rooting for Devin, but I feel like it could be some fuckery where they would give it to Loma. But when I watched the fight and I judged the fight, I made it a draw. It was a draw because there was a lot of swing rounds that could have went either way. So I was like, I'm just going to split it up, and I had it a draw. I
damn near had it a draw. It took the 12 for me. If Loma would have came out and gave a little bit that he gave in the 11th, if he'd have gave Dev a little bit of that in the 12th, I definitely would have called it a draw. I
definitely could see that going to the draw if Loma needed the 12. I mean, the first round you could score it like either way, you know what I'm saying? But I did have Devin winning 5 rounds out the first 6 rounds. And the second half of the fight was better for Loma. But
right.
I scored it. I think I was pretty accurate, 7-5. Haney.
But I'm not mad. Whoever, I mean, however way you had it, I was a little frustrated when I heard that 16-112. I was like, ain't no way in the world it was 116 to 112.
Yeah,
I
nobody
think it was
pulled away
cool.
like that on both ends.
Right.
I wasn't mad either way.
113 was cool.
That 113, 115 was a good score. That 116, 112, yeah, that was fuckery. That was a bit much. That 8-4, that was a bit much. That wasn't no 8-4.
Rocker was good, bro.
Yeah, there was nobody who had 8 rounds in that on both sides. There was nobody who had 8 rounds in that fight last night.
Thank you, my brothers. That's a great statement. That's a great statement. On both sides, if you had 8 rounds, go look at the fight again.
Yeah, because I have no problem somebody saying Loma won. I have no problem somebody saying Devin won because I had it a draw. Had it a draw. And the main reason why I had it a draw because it was so many swing rounds. I was like, you know what? They gotta do this shit again, dog. There's no I can't call a clear winner. They gotta do this shit again. They gotta do it again. But I know they're not.
Some of them rounds were so close, dude. It was like, damn, who do you give it to, bro? Like it was so you really had to go off punches landed.
But listen, I think another thing you have to evaluate when you're watching the fights, right, in the rounds, is break them rounds down by a minute. I don't know how everybody watch fights, right? But I'm looking at footwork, I'm looking at hand placement, I'm looking at what they trying to establish, and I'm going by the minute. You feel me? Because even within the round, it's fights in segments, right? They fight in segments, in spurts, right? So you have to figure out who really dominated that spurt.
See, I break a round down in 2 halves. 1 minute and 30 seconds the first half of the round, and 1 minute and 30 seconds the second half. And for 30 of them seconds on both halves, on 30 seconds of both halves, you might not get no action. Like the first 30 seconds of a round and the last 30 seconds of a round. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I'm watching it like, all right, you know, man, you only got 1 minute 30 seconds to, you know, make it a 50-50 round to win the first half of the round or the last half of the round. That fight was close, but I think the judges got it right. Haney won, bro.
Facts. I kind of seen Devin winning about a minute 50 seconds of the round. And Loma.
Did you see a difference in how he was shooting some of these punches last night? Turning that hook over like that.
Oh yeah, he definitely was trying to put some oomph on his motherfucking punch.
A little different in there. I was like, I seen something that I can honestly say I seen something that looked a little bit different than his other fights. No matter how competitive this was, I seen the attention in certain details in there. And I appreciated it, man. That's why I could respect the win, man. Because how he went about the business, man. He didn't cur out. It got difficult. He weathered a storm or two, man. Got clipped with some shit, but he was right there, yo. And he was very reactive to, you know, what was happening in there. That's why I think what kept him in the fight too. At no point did he look like a fan of Loma like other people be doing and look like he was in awe of what was going on. Like it didn't get like that for him. And I think
see the left hook that marked up Loma eye and made him fight.
It was some heavy shots coming in from Devin's side. Definitely, he was winding it up and coming forward with that thing.
Before Loma got on his ass in the 8th, I think it was the 7th round, y'all. I don't want to lie. It was either the 6th or 7th round. They was in an exchange towards the corner, right? Top left-hand corner, I guess.
Right.
And Dev hit him with a hook and fucked his eye up. That mark on Loma eye or whatever, it was not there. I actually thought he was cut.
Right.
Well, I actually thought he was cut. I forget whose chat I was in, but I mistakenly typed that he was cut because I saw as soon as Dev hit him, that eye immediately went red.
Bro.
Loma came out in that 8th round and got on his ass, y'all. I don't know what was said. I don't speak Ukrainian. But I know they probably told him, get on your shit.
But you see, in fact, he avoided that panicking, that those moments where the fight just is getting too much for you, like where Loma started to really overwhelm his opponents. Haney removed that play, that element out of that fight. And I think that was something that people don't bring up either. He wasn't no damn Matrix. That's what I'm saying.
Nope.
That's
and he
what I'm
tied
saying.
up smarter too. He didn't tie up all the time, like Fam said. He didn't panic and grab.
What about all this holding that people said he was gonna be doing? Who was throwing people around and doing all this weird shit? Who was doing it? Come on, man.
Loma was the one who went to wrestling because he got frustrated.
Come on, man.
Plus, he wanted to show Devin that he couldn't be punked in there.
That's a false narrative that he sit up and clinch all fight. That's crazy that people would be cool with just saying that, and it's false. You seen that in one fight, and they took it and ran with it. That man got 30 fights. Man,
and if Undisputed was so, and listen, I'm gonna say it again. I have to say it, fam. If Undisputed was so big to the man, he would have fought the kid when he was green. Ain't no difference between where Jermaine Ortiz was before him and Loma fought to where Dev was 4 years ago, except for Dev was a mandatory. So we don't see the franchise belt at 112, 115, 118, 122, 126, 130. We don't see the motherfucker at 140, 147. We only seen it for who? Okay, so ain't no validity to it. Ain't nobody went in the record books holding it. He was and never will be undisputed. So there is no excuse for him not fighting Devin. There is none. He removed all of them himself through interviews and his moves. You cannot validate Jermaine Ortiz and talk about he didn't need to fight Dev 4 years ago. Let's hang that shit up. What we saw last night was karma.
That's an interesting point, bro. That's an interesting point right there.
Tell me Jermaine Ortiz, right? Before Loma fought him, tell me what Jermaine Ortiz had done to earn a Loma fight or put himself in position to earn a Loma fight that Devin hadn't done 4 years ago, except for not being on ESPN.
The only reason Jermaine Ortiz, I think, got that fight was it was supposed to be a tune-up, and it was a tune-up that almost went wrong.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Call him a tune-up. That's what his team called him a tune-up.
It was supposed to be a tune-up, but it was almost a tune-up that went wrong.
Yeah, real talk though. It did. Yeah, facts though.
So if Loma would have fought the man 4 years ago, we wouldn't be talking about it because I'm telling y'all, he would have beat him. Yeah. Loma would have beat that man.
Yeah,
he would.
Yeah,
he would.
My bad, JusDu.
No, it's all good. See, Rail, what's good with it? Rail Lamar, appreciate you pulling up. See, Thrower, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling, man? Appreciate you pulling up. Salute to you, man. Yeah, we had a good. It was a good night, man. Good night of boxing, man. I think them dudes just left it in the ring. Man, Loma ain't need to hang his head, man. You lost to a young man that's gonna continue to be one of them guys. I think. I don't care how tough the fights get. I think he'll be fine, man. Because when you got it, you got it, right? You just find other ways to win. He's 24. Who said he's done improving? He got that. Just mean he got more time, and we know one of the things he need to go work on, and so do he. And
I wish these boxers would respect their efforts more, right?
Right.
Because if Loma don't go in the post fight presser and say, I think these fighters better than him and he's not this good, Haney not this good and all of those things, he diminished his efforts of what he did in the ring. Because if Haney's not as good and if them other guys not as good, then you just didn't put forth the effort to beat him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a million ways to look at it. So don't sully your performance, right? Let people make the argument for your motherfucking ass, right? Just how he answered when he was in that ring in front of that camera, in front of all them people then, is how he should have answered when he was in that post-fight presser and Loma will walk away with much more respect. You know, you sully your shit when you do that. Let us make the argument for you that you motherfucking won.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point, bro. That's what I like to hear. See, man, glad you're good over there, bro.
Oh, man, what about JUNTO? What about NAKATANI, bro?
Oof,
man. He bad.
Man, did y'all enjoy that or what, man? You know what I mean? Good comments.
JUNTO. That's that rush hour. I'm here to see Mr. JUNTO.
Man, he that fight was impressive to me. Like that's why I said somebody said it was like Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I'm like, huh? Rock'em Sock'em No, man. Them dudes is working in there. Jason Maloney was, he was making it a wrestling match because he was trying to avoid getting touched. That power was real in there, and we seen what happened. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely. Hell yeah, man. You're the fan. You definitely could click the link, bro.
Yeah, JUNTO was stanging that ass. JUNTO was stanging that ass.
Laying them things on it, wasn't he?
Do you think Mr. JUNTO got enough power to go up in weight? Because he's tall enough.
Yeah, he's tall enough. But he got to get when he got comfortable, then he got really loose. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh shit, he got a little something. I think he would need to add that more moving up. And again, like he got some tools, bro. He got some tools. It'd be nice to see him actually get some better fights. Maloney gave all that he had, bro.
Yeah,
he gave all that he had.
Nakatani was just a lot to deal with. Conditioning was he really in shape. That dude was coming, man. And he was throwing tons of uppercuts. I never seen a fighter in recent memory use an uppercut that much. Yo, he used an uppercut more than some of these fighters use jabs, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Man. It was impressive. I was like, this dude he know that shot landing, and he determined to continue to land it, bro.
And he was accurate with it.
Yeah,
he was accurate with that uppercut. Man.
He was sniping with that left hand too. I'm like, yo, this dude really can fight, man. I didn't see Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I seen some intelligent work being done.
Boy, you just took the words right out of my mouth. Because again, how many times do we see fighters have somebody hurt or have somebody in the danger zone and not know how to finish, not know how to be patient? He knew that he had a wounded duck out there, and he walked him into some shit.
Right.
This is my only knock on him. I wish he would have used a little bit more head movement when he was like, when he had stepped away and reset. I wish he would have just, do a little bob and weaving, just
right.
And it would have just he would have caught Maloney, I think, even quicker if he would have just did something a little bit like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I was just saying, fam. Once he got comfortable late, you seen him start getting a little loose and shit with his movements. I wish he would have had a little more Adam Lopez in his game, right? Because we saw Lopez have enough of that to stay clear of Valdez for a lot of the time, but he ain't have pop. You feel what I'm saying? So that was great to see too. And watching the Valdez fight, y'all, I don't know about y'all, but it just showed me how great Shakur was, right? Because again, Valdez ain't no world beater. The boy swing from his hip, right? Being from the hood, you see cats that swing from the hip all the time. You understand that you got to step in there into that shit with straight punches, right? Step into his chest, stop the wide shit from hitting you. That's what Shakur understood. He understood the distance, and he knew how to attack that shit. We saw Lopez not understand that shit, right? But still have enough to swim for a while to survive until he couldn't no more, right?
Baby girl, salute, baby girl. Yeah. Right.
So Shakur is great, y'all. Shakur is amazing.
Salute, Danny.
Yeah, Shakur is a good fighter, bro. I
think that's
honestly that's why.
You're right.
I had him in my top 3 at 135.
I think he's smart as hell. And again, that's why I trust in him. I think he gets that. And I'm gonna always keep saying this: the fact that man knows how to give fighters their credit, I think that makes him a better fighter. Because he know he ain't the only one that's nice. He know he's not the only threat. He knows some real challenges out here. And regardless if he feel like he can beat them, he still know they're dangerous, and he give these dudes their credit. But like, as long as he do that, I'm cool with it.
Because we give them they just do, huh?
Hey, no, that's big facts, bro. Because it's like that's leaving literally.
They were saying it right, Danny. They could have saved him from that knockout. He ain't need that. He ain't necessarily had to get knocked out. They definitely wasn't winning. I mean, he was hurt. He was getting hurt.
His trainer said at the end of the 11th, just, I'm gonna have to stop this.
Johnny Q was good with my bro.
You're right, man. He sure did. Nice and that's got to be hard as a corner, right? Good, because y'all been working for so long, right? And you know that your fighter is on his last legs, right? But you don't want the fight to end and for you to be like, what could have happened, right?
Right.
You never know, right? What could have happened if Diego Corrales, if think about it, if Jean Jackie Joe throw that towel when Corrales was getting dropped by Castillo.
That's a good point. Right.
We never know, right? So it turned out the bad way. But as a corner man, you got to live with that. You got to live with looking at your fighter. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that fight where they threw the towel in and the ref looked at it, picked the towel up, threw that joint back out.
Right.
Man, did it? But I think it worked in dude's favor when he did that. I was like, yo, imagine that, bro. I mean, damn, he picked the towel up.
See, but I also think that Maloney's corner knew, bro. I think that Maloney's corner
was like, that fight ain't over. I say it's over. I guess that's what they say to referee, but throwing in the towel, you should be able to do that. He stopped him. I'm like, bro, I ain't never seen nobody do that.
Right. Now look, goes down there talking about Goes down there talking about Morrell and how he did old boy when he put him in the coma. That shit was different, bro. That shit was different. Maloney and Junto didn't get like that till really late. You feel what I'm saying? The Maloney went in his back. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't taking major shots like Morrell was landing on that cat. That cat was just a goddamn crash dummy. And his corners definitely should have stopped that shit. I can see why Maloney's corner let him come out for that 12th round.
And he never been knocked out up until that point either. He's a tough ass dude. He never been knocked out. I mean, he really made Nakatani earn that knockout. Like literally, he was in the 12th with it, under 30 seconds type deal, I believe, and he turned them lights out. I'm like, bro, man.
Yeah, Nakatani, he had to go into that bag, bro.
You rewatch that replay. The most impressive thing, though, is as he's throwing the overhand, he's getting his head off the line.
You damn right.
Maloney was throwing something at the same time. I thought that was really impressive.
Dev ever would have did that last night with the right hand, listen, he was ducking, y'all. You know, when Loma was doing his little Russian attack, his little Manny, his few pats. Because, see, Loma rush in with them few pats just to let you know, oops, I got in and I'm touching you. But this ain't the one I really want to hit you with, right? If Dev ever could have got that timing together and dropped just like Junto did and came with an overhand while Loma was rushing in, he would have slept him. That's the shot I see Tank Davis sleeping him with, y'all. If Loma and Tank ever fought, that shot right there, Loma coming in and Tank getting off to the side or getting low and coming with a you don't see it overhand, I think that would be the way he catch Loma, bro.
If you watch Loma fight, whenever he gets backed up and he resets, he immediately presses and tries to close the distance. And sometimes he steps in just a tad bit too far. And he's right in range. Jermaine Ortiz was able to catch him with a number of right hands. When he got dropped by Linares, go watch that replay when Linares dropped him. He literally reset and went to press and walked straight into a right hand.
Because distance is his biggest. With him being at a smaller weight, guys, distance is his biggest defender, right? That's his biggest thing he got to really go against, right? So anytime on the break, that's why it was important when he was talking to the ref about the break, right? Anytime on the break that the ref is separating you, he wants to close that distance quickly. He wants to close that distance and make you nervous right from that restart. So that's very accurate at.
Man,
and that's the only thing for me, man, when it comes to the small things with Dev, because I think that Dev, he's got good technical skill, good technical ability.
Right.
Like Just was pointing out about his punches and the way he was turning them over. I think he's got great technical ability, but I think the thing that separates him and Shakur and even Tank is just those small things, like being able to transition comfortably, consistently from defense to offense. And Dev is good at hitting and not getting hit. But he typically elect to hit when not being hit, if that makes sense. Like I can stand right in the pocket and make somebody miss by the slightest of margins.
Right. I've noticed Shakur, he able to, like, I think he's so good defensively. He's showing you he's able to come forward and still make you miss at the same rate he would if he was deciding to use the legs. I think that makes him very impressive. But
Exactly.
Still in all
an amoeba, bro.
That type of fight with Tank is always going to be something. Matter of fact, man, while we on it too, we talking about it. I don't know. I know people probably didn't catch it. I don't know if they're still on. They was over there cooking the Rise podcast. Coach Kenny said they flipped the coin and it landed on Shakur or something. So tell Shakur to get ready or something like that. They was just saying that live time a little while ago. I don't know if they still on. I caught the tail end of it or something like that. They said they flipped the coin, something like that, and telling me ready, tell Haney he next after that. Something along them lines. They talking like, and look, I promise you I want that. And Shakur, don't make me a liar. I know you ain't ducking no smoke. And I swear to y'all, if I can see that fight first, win, lose, or draw, like I really support him to the point where I'm not scared to see him lose.
I'm pulling up.
I want to see you fight the guys they say you can't beat. That's gonna show me if you really the guy I think you are.
Shit, I'm pulling up to that one, Just.
No Tank Davis, bro. So get your ass in there because I want to see it. You said you'll beat him. You sound confident. You told him more recently to come shut you up because you ain't gonna stop talking till you pretty much get that fight. So again, with them talking like that, I don't think you're gonna have to do too much talking to get. Come on, let's get it, man. Don't make me out to be no lie. Stand on business just like I think you would. They just said that, so it sounds like they more than willing to entertain that fight. Said something about hitting Bob. They was talking some good stuff, so I'm like, all right, cool. Look, and it's like again, I don't take nothing personal. Like my support for a fighter don't make me hate another one. I don't have to support no fighter that much. I gotta knock the next one. I want to see all these dudes win, and I want to see them all fight each other. I mean, I really think the dude got a chance to beat anybody get in the ring with, but he still got to show me, right? But like I said, when people be saying we put too much stock in him, I'm like, I just don't know how you can say that when he's consistently shown you to be a top fighter. Now he's in his third division and he's about to prove that again. I don't think people are putting things into perspective. Like, and even I ain't saying he bought a bunch of world beaters in every single fight. I can name about a handful of wins to me that I think are credible and solid on your way up. You got 20 fights in, and I don't even think dude fought somebody with a losing record. I mean, he started out just a bit different. Like, I don't know, man. These fights don't be close. So
like
again,
I'm started out different,
50,
like you said,
to see what changed. Because I know people are going to challenge him, but I want to see just how good he is. The only way I can see that if he get in here with these people that they tell me either knock him out or beat his ass. I want to see it. I ain't mad at nobody for saying they beat his ass. Let me see it, bro. I ain't mad. We gonna move on. If he lose, I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna cry with y'all for a minute. I
ain't gonna be crying, bro. I gotta take, bro.
They already know.
You ain't even gonna make it to the car. Fuck it. You gonna cry on the live. Fuck it. I ain't gonna cry on the live,
man. God damn.
It's gonna be a lot of heartbreak that night, bro. Either on both sides, bro. And Just Do. Calvin Ford said. Right. Don't think Tank don't want to fight. He just on lockdown. As soon as he come off a lockdown, he want to fight. Right. And they said they flipped the coin, like you said. Right. And he landed on Shakur.
Hey, look, man, I love all these guys. I'm telling y'all this. I love all these guys. I may not love their moves. You hear me? And I'm gonna hold their motherfucking ass accountable.
Oh, okay.
Right? But getting in that ring.
Too. Okay, look, and they saying this now again. Let's see where this go. My man got to stand on business. He was saying, he was saying people tag him and everything, like basically reach out, like make this like he want this to be known. He like soon as they come up out of there, like you said, as soon as they come up out of there, they want smoke. I love that energy, man. I love that energy. I promise you, I do. That's a dangerous fight for anybody, but I promise you, if it's anybody that I'm confident in going in there conquering that giant that is Tank Davis. It's him. And then look, if I'm wrong, so be it. Like I said, I'll be up here to shed a couple. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully the rubber meeting the road with that bullshit, not fighting the best fighters. You know what I'm saying? Right. That was, all them guys kind of cycling out, fam. And we getting some new young blood in. Right. And all these guys want to prove themselves, fam. Real shit. All these cats want to prove themselves, man.
Right. And I just want to see, like, again, reason why I want to see him stand on business, because he get this weird unnecessary slight that I don't like, and I feel like how you put that to bed, you just gotta fight them people, and that stops that. You can't do it. Like once you prove it, it's none of that. And I get it when people be like, yo, he ain't fought. I said this once Dad fight Loma, Now he can start talking about resume because you put a real scalp on your resume. I don't care what nobody. You could try to discredit him if you want. Have at it, bro. But I'm not doing that as a boxing supporter. That was a credible win. That was a damn good fighter, and he got beat by the younger man. He found.
You know what we ain't seeing this morning? You know what we ain't seeing this morning? We ain't seeing no email champ shit. We ain't seeing no Amazon drop the belt off the Dev. We ain't seeing none of that shit.
Got that down because it for me, I can't discredit him in that way. Again, if a fighter says that, I can say I draw it up to you just talking shit. Because it ain't much you can really say. He's undefeated and constantly winning. So that's the only think about it. That's the only thing you can try to say. But again, I can see if he got the belt and he ever showed an unwillingness to fight somebody, then you might can take a stab at it. But being that you knew he was undoubtedly willing, from what we can see, willing to fight anybody, I don't really think you can knock him for how he got it. I always said that. I'm just not one of them people. I'm not looking for reasons to keep knocking these dudes. What these dudes doing, going out there, performing at that level all the time, having to get it right over and over and over again. I just don't think people take into account how hard that is. And I think people kind of put themselves in their shoes. Like, you shouldn't have to be punched in your face and really live that lifestyle to understand that boxing is one of the toughest sports, if not the toughest sport you got out there, and you can't play it. So again, I think when you factor that in, I'm saying that to say I think people expectations sometimes be unrealistic.
Right, like people expected for them to go in there and to cleanly dispose of Loma, right? Anybody who wanted to be able to say Dev won that don't really follow boxing or is just casual or don't really like Dev, right? Dev didn't go in there and win decisively. He didn't win clean, bro. When you fighting at that elite level, very seldom are you going to see some clean shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody not gonna go in there and dispose of people like Floyd. You dig what I'm saying? That's what makes boxing great. So and yes, Miss Bitch, I see you in the comments saying, Lorenzo said that Shakur ain't losing to nobody. Hell nah. Of course he feel that way. You know why? Because Shakur be putting paws on him when they scrap. Remember when everybody like to omit the fact that when Shakur was on Jamel Hearing Head, he told Bomac ass in front of everybody at the press conference that because I'll be putting hands on all your fighters, including him. So he know firsthand that the kid is good because the kid putting hands on his ass. He beating up on the little bros and shit, riding on his name. Look, until he go do some shit like Dale just did, don't mention that motherfucking what he got to say. What he got to say ain't worth a goddamn thing.
Yeah, I just personally want to see whichever one of them get in there first. I ain't mad, whichever way we see it, because it's a win for us. Especially anytime I got an opportunity to see the dude that I vouch for, I think is a generational talent, prove it. Why wouldn't you want to see that? And I tell people this all the time. You're not a true supporter of somebody if you scared to see them fight somebody, because that means you don't even believe in them fully, like you say. Because if you did, you wouldn't be scared to see him fight somebody. So I'm just of that belief. Like, I'm a fair dude. Look, all I've been doing this week is giving Dev his credit. I've been talking about this fight the entire week, purposely having different conversations surrounding it. So again, my assessment is just going to be different than people's. I'm not looking for a way or a reason to try to say he didn't look like that. He did well, man. And again,
he did well, but Bill doesn't talk too much. Bill done talk too much. They done enough talking. Ain't shit else for them to say. Hell, they done talked themselves into some shit, out of some shit. Believe me, a motherfucker with a mouth like me, I know about talking too goddamn much at times, right? And Bill and them done talk too much. That boy body ain't gonna allow him to stay at 135. You did? And Bill talked about that boy being so this and so that. Hell yeah, he gonna talk up his son. Hell yeah, he gonna promote. But at the end of the day, hell no, it ain't nothing else he needs to say at this point. He needs to shut up some more sometimes.
DK, right. They expect. That's why I say the expectation don't be reality, man. Like, you expected him to do what? He went in there and fought a dude that was fighting back the whole time. He ain't wait for 6 rounds. He ain't wait for 6 rounds to fight back. That's it. I don't hear nobody bringing that out. I get it, but look, they quick to say, who won better, who won more.
He a good little fighter.
I don't care about that. Rick, what's going on, Rick? What's good with it? What you got on it, Rick?
What's happening, bro? What's happening with y'all? Hey, what's good, my boy? What's happening, bro?
What's up, bro?
Man, shit, man. Y'all crazy, man. Like, what fight was y'all watching last night, bro?
What you see last night? Tell me.
I seen Lomachenko win 2 rounds definitively. 2.
9 and 10 or 10 and 11?
Nope. 1 and 11.
I thought Dev won 1-1. I gave the first 3 rounds. The first 3 rounds I had it 2-1. Dev.
I gave Lomachenko the first round because Dev really wasn't about that action. He was looking jittery. So I gave Lomachenko that first round. I gave Loma the first round. Dev had 2, 3, 4. To me, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now 7, I had a swing round. I had 7 a swing round. I had 10. I had 10 a swing round, and then I had 11 for Loma.
Did you get 12 to Loma?
Nope, 12 was Devin.
Okay. See, Rick, the way I had it 6-5 going into 12, and I felt like if Loma took the 12, if he came in with a little bit of what he came in with the 11th, he was going to get at least the draw, if not the victory. I felt like they would give him the victory, being the crowd, top rank, and all of that, the fuckery that I explained before. But I felt like it would be a draw if he came and gave a little piece of that. If he dominated the 12, I was going to give it to Loma. But I felt like Dev was up 6-5 before that 12, and I felt like he won the 12th round. That's why I called it 7-5 when the fight was made. I stuck with it, and it ended up 7-5 really for me.
Nah, man, it wasn't sad. It was more like 9-3-8-4 for me. 9-3-8-4. Those swing rounds go to the champ, bro.
I know you're gonna replay the fight on your channel, Rick, and when you do, I got to be there so we can watch it round by round together. You feel me?
We can do it, man. We can do it. But I'm telling you, a lot of that work that they was counting for Loma wasn't shit. A lot of that work wasn't
but what
shit.
they told me, Rick, was the work that I seen for Dev. He wasn't landing.
No, Dev was going to the body religiously for the first half of the fight.
Oh, you talking about them body punches that they said wasn't landing?
Yeah,
them body punches.
No, that body work was coming through. The only problem I had with Devin last night, like I just said it on my channel, he wasn't shooting the right hand enough. You gotta shoot the right hand against a southpaw. That would have stopped all that
left hand.
Exactly. All that coming in. He was not slowing down that incoming traffic.
He ain't set no traps for him. He ain't said no traps for him. You're right, Rick. He stepped over with the right hand early when he was confident, when he was landing when he was landing the body shots. But he stopped stepping with it. And his daddy kept telling him in the corner to attack him with the right.
And step over.
Yep.
Yep, it was there. Like,
you're a fair person, Will.
Tay had already said it though. Tay said everybody focusing on the jab. Tay said before then when we had talked, Tay said everybody focusing on the jab, but when you fucking with a southpaw, you don't want to throw a lot of jabs because you're gonna set yourself up. He said what he need to do is go to the right hand and use the right hand and the body work. And that's why I kept saying, everybody keeps saying Dev just got a jab. He got other punches, but you're right, Rick. If he'd have stayed on the right hand, he'd have controlled Loma's left more.
Yeah, exactly. And let's just say what it is. Let's just say what it is. I'm gonna be like I said on my channel on my my assessment. Y'all thought Devin was gonna dog walk Loma. That's what y'all showing. Y'all thought Devin was gonna come out there and just shut Loma out. When I told y'all this was gonna be a tough fight.
Facts.
I said it. I said it all along.
They two technical fighters, bro. They both technical. You see what I'm saying? And the problem, and y'all gonna hate me for saying this, but y'all better keep Devin the fuck away from Tank.
Boy, did you hear what I said?
Nah, they gonna hate you for it. And
y'all better keep that, man, because Devin can't crack a fucking egg, y'all. It's just what.
Oh yeah, Rick. Just to add to that though, real quick, they saying Shakur next. The Rise podcast. They say they flipped the coin. Shakur next.
Shakur and who?
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. I ain't scared for my boy.
Yeah, he shouldn't. Make it happen. Y'all know me. Make the fucking fight.
Yeah,
bro,
let's see. I would appreciate them dudes so much if they make that fight. I promise you. Win, lose, or draw, I rock with my boy and I rock with Tank. But I promise you, I want to see him in there with the most dangerous guys there is, so I could see just how good he is. Win, lose, or draw.
Rick, he can't get caught in the water like that fucking with Tank, can he?
I want to see.
He done got caught in the water like that fucking with Loma. He done got caught in the water like that fucking with Linares. If he get caught in that water with Tank, it's curtains, ain't it, Rick?
For one, he's not gonna hit Tank as much as he hit Loma, right? That's first and foremost, right? Two, Tank, and this is what I don't understand what y'all what people keep saying. And again, if you got Shakur winning, I understand, right? If you got Devin winning, I understand, right? But this is what I say. At the end of the day, guys, it's a fight.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's a fight. And whoever lands and whoever hits the hardest and lands is gonna win that fight.
Right.
Right. Y'all see Devin, as good as he is, he gets hit.
Right, see what?
He gets hit.
And not only do he get hit, you can see when Devin get hit and it affect him, his body language, right? I seen Tank take a body blow from Isak Cruz that I know hurt him, right? But there wasn't even the slightest of delay in between taking that shot and pushing forward and still fighting like it never happened. When Dev get caught with some shit, you can tell he got caught with some shit. It's some you know what I'm saying? It's a every time. In 36 minutes with Tank, you can't have a bro. You can't have a Your ass will go to sleep.
I'm telling you, man, like y'all, like it's just different levels to the game, man. And I'll pay to see it. I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? But like I told y'all, the fight really to see. And I've been telling y'all who, like I said, everybody talking Tank and Devin. What y'all really should be talking is Shakur and Devin. That's the fight. That's the fight to see.
That's what Bob said.
Right? Shakur and Devin is the fight to see because both of them are super technical. They're super familiar, right? And like, and it don't matter what y'all say, right? Devin, this is just the nature of the business. It even happens with Floyd. Y'all saw it with Floyd and fucking Shane Mosley and Marcus McDonough. When you get to a different level, it's a fight.
Every time
get hit, bruh. You're gonna get hit. The point is, we know Tank, if he touch you clean, you taking your ass to sleep. Or you taking the knee. So what they doing is they acting like or going into the mind that they can be perfect for 12 rounds when every single one of us know there's no fighter that can be perfect for 12 rounds. Not even Floyd.
Not even Floyd.
Not even Floyd.
As Shane Mosley. As Zal Judah.
So I don't care what y'all say. I like Devin. I like Shakur, but they ain't got no Floyd like dog. They ain't got no dog like Floyd. I don't care what nobody. You got to prove that to me. To show what
I haven't. I wouldn't be being real if I said that he hasn't. You know, he hasn't been put in that situation at all.
You got to prove that to me. That's all I'm saying. And Tank gonna fight. He gonna fight your ass at the end of the day.
And look,
they gonna fight your ass.
And look, Bob, something else I want y'all to pay attention to. Right? I done seen Navarretes and shit. I done seen post conferences after that, and Bob already talking about whether it's a deal on the table or not. He already talking about who they gonna fight next or who he want them to fight next, right? He didn't say none of that shit last night. He didn't say a goddamn thing last night. And Bill turned around, and when they mentioned Shakur and all of that shit, and Bill said, I ain't heard his name. My phone ain't ringing. Bob ain't said nothing. Bob didn't say a goddamn thing. Now,
because
I'm not going to antiquate what I think about that either way. I'm going to ask y'all, what do y'all think about that? Did y'all even pay attention to that? And what's next?
It's like I told y'all, bro. Like all y'all trying to get Tank, they on the same side of the street. What the fuck is y'all trying to get Tank in there for, bro? No, Devin Haney, y'all do, right? Devin Haney's y'all do. Fucking Shakur's y'all do. They both at the same weight. What's the problem? What I said this? How long ago did I say this? Just do. How long I've been saying this? Everybody talking about Tank. What about Devin and fucking Shakur?
Yeah. I mean, because that's basically what Bob was saying. I don't know why. I didn't know. I know you said he probably ain't say nothing right then and there, but I know that's what he was on camera saying. He said when they brought up Tank, he said, I don't give a shit. He said, but it's a big fight. He said, but Shakur is a bigger fight. He said, why would I be looking to make a big fight for Tank Davis when I got my guys over here that we could give a shot? And what you mean? He was like Shakur. Like that, you get what I'm saying? So again, either way we get it, I'm cool.
So what kind of
my boys stand on business, I'm fine.
So if that's the case, then y'all, then is the play by Tank Neal, you know what I'm saying, and his team, is it one of them plays just like I called out Lorenzo trying to fight Jerron, knowing that he ain't leaving Showtime, right? But the whole premise of him trying to quote unquote fight him was to get him to walk away from Showtime knowing that he had an exclusive deal. It's like you asking a girl, can you have sex on the period? You know what I'm saying? And she got some scruples. You know she gonna say no. You feel what I'm saying? So it's Tank doing all this coin flip and his team them doing all this coin flip talking about Shakur, knowing that Bob ain't come across the table, and that's something that they done already told them. You feel what I'm saying? And then you can turn around and say, hey man, I tried to fight them guys. Them guys don't want to fight me, right? You know what I'm saying? And it would and again, it wouldn't be, would it be bad on his part? Is it bad on their part to do that, knowing that Bob ain't gonna do business, or is it bad on Bob's part for not doing business?
Right.
I'm just talking about the business of boxing, y'all, and asking some questions. I ain't leaning either way. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just asking. Is it a bad thing for Tank and them to do the coin flip and the publicly talk about the fight, knowing privately Bob not gonna do business with them? And does that give him, you know what I'm saying, his quote unquote, you know how everybody like to say alibi for him to go fight his next Gonzalez, Lopez, Rodriguez, whatever? Talk to me.
Yeah, man. I can't, and it's crazy because I ain't even consider that, right? Because I really be trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I'm looking like I heard them speaking about it on the live stream. Then I see a little notification just pop up. Shakur, you are next up. Like they doubling down with this. So that would be wild if y'all doing all this just because y'all know it ain't no chance this fight is happening. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm looking at it. Okay, Shakur, the ball, and you get what I'm saying? I'm looking at it. All right, yo, you gotta respond. Look, they said you up next. You just
that's what I know. The boy is Lorenzo. The boy name is Lorenzo.
Like that.
That's how he made his star, right? That's when he was a star. His name is Lorenzo, right? When he made the TV, when he made the big screen, the motherfucking name is Lorenzo. The nigga name is Lorenzo.
Right.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Y'all better. Y'all don't. They ain't trying to fight Tank, man. This is what Top Rank do. Attach their name to the hot dude, man. Trying to tell you this they MO. It's tradition. This is what they've been doing since time eternal, and y'all keep falling for it. Y'all make me sick. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. Y'all irritate me sometimes, right? Y'all know Top Rank keep money in house.
Thank you.
But because it's your favorite fighter, because you like him, ain't nobody ducking him. That's how they operate.
Right.
We've been watching it for years. But I'm just saying, that's the scenario. Bob them tell his fighters, keep their name in your mouth. You know, you the best. Right. Ain't nobody fucking with him. To where public perception is, they don't want the smoke. Tank ducking him. Bah. But Bob don't want to split the money. He don't. He won't.
Right.
Not on the commodity he think is valuable. Fuck you mean? He don't want none of his shit tarnished.
Right.
He got him separated. Look, Devin Shakur supposed to be no fault. Shakur lost his belt for nothing to fight Conceição. Fuck you mean? He was supposed to move up. If Dev wasn't that good before, he definitely wasn't that good then. Ain't shit changed between then and now. He didn't have to fight Conceição. He could have said, fuck Bob and his plan to keep everything separate and all his guys with titles. I'm going up there and taking his shit. So to walk in the ring after and talk that shit, it looked good. But I still got a bone to pick with him about not taking a shot when he was down at 130. Fuck Conceição. That wasn't going to do shit for his career.
Not a thing. Delay the inevitable. That's all he did.
I just feel like that.
And now Dev got a possibility of running out of 135, saying he can't make it no more. And now what? You just pick up the pieces. That's Bob, and that look like a Bob plan, and to string you along some more for another one.
What do y'all think about them getting that fight done before the year is over? If he does eventually move up to 140, I mean,
it's never going to happen. Let's get that fantasy out of our heads.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's fighting again this year. I don't.
It's May. Shit, you got six months left in the year.
I don't think he's gonna fight at 135 if he do fight again this year.
Thank you.
I think if he were to fight again this year,
he's moving up to 140 to fight T.O.
If T.O. beat Josh Taylor.
But if it were to happen, I think he'll probably be
Tio.
best this year since he's still in shape. Just keep yourself in shape.
I don't think he'll ever drop him, Johnny Q. The belts. Well, then again, you know what? I'm bugging because he's gonna have to, right?
If he move to 140,
don't have to, right?
Like I said, I think the move for him is to move to 140,
drop
the belt,
Johnny.
and then go. If he moved away, the best in his own self-interest would to fight somebody like Rolly and take his belt, right? Go over there, beat Rolly up, take his belt at 140, and then start the trip all over again. Start the trip all over again. I'm looking for undisputed. I'm looking for undisputed. I'm looking for undisputed. Right? That will hold more weight.
How about Ryan Garcia versus Devin at 140?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Or that too. I didn't say that. I said, what's the name? Right.
I don't think he looking suspect until he turned down some smoke.
Right.
Other than that, he doing what fighters do. Call people.
I don't think Ryan's gonna fight him at 140. I don't think Ryan's gonna fight him.
Those the only fights that make sense though. Ryan. Okay, so hold on. Ryan, Rolly, Tio, or who else up at 140? Ain't
Subaru Matias.
Ain't Rigaroo at 140?
Matias.
Yeah, he's not fighting none of them cats. Not right off. He's not fighting none of them cats right off. I'm gonna tell you. Look, if Dev do a fight at 140, if he do a fight at 140. Okay, it'll be somebody kind of long in the tooth, but somebody to get him right for 140.
Jose Ramirez.
Or it'll be the winner of Taylor and Tio, right? And really, it would be more so the winner of Taylor and Tio if Tio won. If Taylor wins, he going to 147. You know what I'm saying? If he loses, he going to 147. If Tio wins, then Bob definitely gonna make that motherfucking fight. And I don't know if y'all heard Devin Haney try to float that bullshit that he'd move to 140 for one fight and then come back and defend his titles at 135. I don't know if y'all heard that, but he did antiquate that too.
Right.
Yeah, and for me, that I think every promoter is guilty of promising fights that they're not going to follow through. It's not. Al Heyman does that too. So does Oscar. So does what's his face? Mr. I don't have TV dates in the United States. Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, but I also think a lot of that has to do with it's business, because a lot of that has to do with the other guy you're working with too, right? Because you might have in your mind that you truly want your fighter to fight another guy on another network, right? But you can't account for what's gonna happen behind them closed doors when it's business. So, I mean, we know that some people like Bob, for Bob to sit and say in that press conference that he wasn't gonna give Dev a shot because he was with the wrong network or with the wrong promoter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's clear as day, that Dev wasn't going to get the shot because he was fucking with Eddie. But there's also some cases, too, where, people have good intentions and get behind them closed doors and the business just don't work out.
Mm-hmm.
They
really petitioning to overturn the decision?
Yeah, bro. They wanted to take his money for the push. I mean, bro, they didn't want to give Dev nothing. Look. Dev said he wasn't never losing to a white boy. Do you understand me? He said that. He said that out loud.
That's Trey, he is.
And then he went in there and beat him. Bruh, they gonna try to take everything from him. Fuck you mean? I don't know why anyone is surprised.
Right.
We seen Canelo punch the shit out of motherfuckers, push motherfuckers, everything. They ain't took not a peso.
Bud too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They ain't took shit from them.
That's crazy.
Dev opened his mouth and said the wrong shit.
That's crazy to me, yo. They wild for that, bro. They really wild for that. That's if he thought it was bad before, Allah, oh man, all the praise to Allah. What? Right.
187.
I peeped it, Rick.
Hold on. You peeped that though? You peeped that? How he came out there and he gave Allah credit, and here come Loma. Mike Jordan Davis, he did great. Yeah, like y'all got to pay attention, bro.
Tell him, Rick. Tell him, Rick.
They be telling
you know what, Rick? I'm not gonna just say it because
you see the T-shirt coming out.
it did sound funny to me when he did that. That did stand out for a couple seconds, but I ain't make too much of it. It sounded like force.
When did he ever do that though?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It was something off about that. Like he forced that moment, like in there. Like you get what I'm saying? I get it, but I'll never hear you do
confused.
that. I'll never hear him do that. I just thought it was weird. I did think it was weird.
Yeah, and honestly, this is what happens. Like I've talked to friends, Muslim friends who are boxing fans, and combat sports in general. They feel that the Muslim athletes get the short shrift in terms of if they do that. Like, look what happened to Khabib, 817. He got suspended. He got suspended for a whole year when McGregor was the one that instigated that whole scenario and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. America definitely persecutes the non-Christian. America definitely persecutes and goes against the non-Christian. And Devin is two things. Not only is he Muslim, he black, and he unapologetic about both of them. He unapologetic about both of them.
Came out on top.
He came out on top, man. Y'all know that shit. That shit don't fly. You can't come out on top and be black and unapologetic. They back in the day, they would murk your ass.
Facts, G. Facts. Again, man, I just be blowing it out of proportion. It make me think that they really wasn't happy about this dude winning, man. And that's just what it is. I ain't trying to force no narrative. I don't do that. I know what I be saying, and after a few of them, it ain't no coincidence. It's math, and I know.
And Stephen A. Smith don't even know how to pronounce some of these boxers' names. More or less know what they got on their record and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the clown ass shit. That's why I hate boxing being on ESPN, right? Because you invite the clowns into the motherfucking party with that shit. You wouldn't have clowns. Them clowns wouldn't have a platform if they had to go through some other channels.
Keep. I agree with you, 817. Keep Stephen A. Smith away from the boxing, but Max Kellerman has been covering the sport his whole life, so let's not penalize Max for the stupidity of Stephen A. Smith.
Well, the only problem I got with Max Kellerman is he do a lot of capping for the network. You know what I'm saying? And listen, somebody as close as he is the boxer, because I know his history too.
By the network, of course, you're going to be capping for the network,
right? But look, when you've been close to the sport like he been, right? When you've been as close to the sport as he's been, you got an obligation to do right by the sport. You got an obligation to do right by the sport. Doing right by the sport ain't supporting the franchise belt. Doing right by the sport is calling out fighters like Cinnabon, like Lorenzo on their bullshit when it happens. Being 100 and showing respect and responsibility to the sport is not allowing your network or not allowing the graphics people to fuck up and put Loma undefeated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And touting that shit. So you got a responsibility. I tell everybody, man, anytime you click a link, you get on a mic or whatever, when you talk about something, you got a responsibility to the people that you're talking to and whatever you're talking about to know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah,
and if you don't sit back.
Talk to him. Man,
yeah, no, 817, I agree with you. Max is biased to the point, like, when he was with HBO, he was never this biased, was he?
He's been lost his mind. Yeah, he tried to give him a swing around here. That commentary was ridiculous and terrible, bro.
If you show me you're being for something, you're being for anything. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta have some integrity in something. Ain't no dollar worth the integrity, man.
Nope. Max, sitting up there looking goofy, selling out.
Max knows a lot about boxing, but once he got to ESPN, he became too much of a company man to call out the BS and stuff like that. That's what that is.
Right, Trey.
So I'm with I can see Rick. Yeah, I can see how Rick and other people may have decided that Loma won the fight. You know what I'm saying? I can see it. I don't agree with it. I could see a draw if Loma would have had a stronger 12th. I could see a draw, or maybe them just giving him a split decision, right? But they would give it to him, right? I really had it 6-5 going in the 12.
Devin Haney fan. 817. I admit I'm not a big Devin Haney fan, but to me, he won that whole fight. He dominated that whole fight. I think he won every round, to be honest.
Nah. Devin won that fight 7-5, bro. It was a close fight. It was a great fight. It was a 50-50 fight. And it's what we need more in boxing.
Right. All facts.
I had
you know what I'm saying?
8-2 or 9-1.
No. It's 12 rounds, bro. It's 12 rounds. So you got to add them rounds up right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, 8-2.
No, Dev won, but to say he dominated, I don't know about domination.
Yeah, he won. No dominate though.
Domination is like Floyd Mayweather, Arturo Gotti. That's
I agree with that, AB. I thought it was going to be a split or something like that. I ain't going to lie.
Got the dub though. I was over here rewatching the 7th round, man. He had a nice little check hook. He should have used that a little bit more.
When it comes to these scorecards.
Salute to AB.
When it comes to these scorecards, I'm so confused.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Can you guys explain to me what the difference between a majority and a unanimous decision is? Are they the same thing?
No. Unanimous, all the judges had it for one fighter. And the majority, it'd be mixed. It's just that simple. It don't be straight across the board. And that's what bro's saying. It wasn't straight across the board. It was that type of fight, though. I thought it was going to be like a split or something like that. But it was what it was. I feel like the right person.
So majority decision is almost more similar. You would say majority decision is almost similar to a split decision than unanimous.
I would say so, yeah, because unanimous is right what it is. Everybody see it for that same fighter. Their scorecards could be different, but they all still see it for one fighter. Yeah. And that's just how that was. The scorecard, the only wild scorecard was that 116, 112. I didn't think that was accurate, but I mean, at the end of the day.
And honestly, I think Loma did pretty. People thought Devin was just going to walk through him because he hasn't been fighting. Loma showed well for himself, to be honest.
Yeah, awesome. I think he did. I think that's why we here like having this type of discussion, because people can make cases for guys winning, right? But that's why that's what a 50-50 fight sometimes amount to me. Mix opinions and things like that, and it's all good. Like, I don't think nobody wrong for edging it for Loma. You know what I'm saying? I just don't care. You know what I mean? As long as I ain't hearing robbery, because that's just far off the mark. The fight just was too competitive on both sides, man. And
when it's so close, why do fans? This is an honest question. Why do fans when the fight is that close and just? I've always heard fans.
Right, sweet and Nick. Salute, appreciate you pulling up. Y'all smash that like button, sub to the channel. But facts. What were the clear Loma rounds? I think he had a nice
and this is where I get in an argument where I don't understand why fans, when they go on Twitter, they call it a robbery when the fight was so close that either fighter could have won it. Like if Loma won the fight by split decision or Devin won that fight by split decision, it's not a robbery. It was just It's just that the judges couldn't score a unanimous scorecard for either fighter in every round and stuff like that. I hate the fans tend to overuse that term robbery. And you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
No, I
mean,
1,000%. I agree.
People don't know how to identify the difference between a close fight and a robbery. It's just that. As last night tells you, that robbery is what you seen with Rolly. And if we being honest, I don't even like the word robbery, but if anybody should have been given more of an opportunity last night, should have been NAKATANI, who they straight disregarded him having any type of chance to rebound in the moment. They just ended that fight. That looked a little premature.
I was thinking
I
the
say they
same
kind
thing.
of took the
He was on
opportunity.
his.
Are you talking
He
about the
still looked
Valdez
clear.
fight?
He looked clear-minded, and like he
Right.
didn't look like he was out of it at all.
Right.
Like,
I know the one punch that had rocked his head back, but that's just because that was a clean punch and dude was on the attack. You get what I'm saying? That he was working in there and he happened to, you know what I mean, his work paid off with a clean ass shot. He landed a few of them joints. I get it, but the fact that he didn't even get knocked down and it was so early, the guy that never been knocked out. And you know, this loss.
Then like it was a foregone conclusion. Like,
yeah, right. It's just
no,
like,
and me and you just talked about this before. Is it worked the other way around because they wanted to see more. Remember the fight? I think it was last month or the month before where the guy was beating down the fighter, and we said the fight should have ended earlier than it.
Bro. Mm-hmm.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. It was good.
Hey, I wanted to clear something up real quick. A majority decision means one judge have it a draw, the other two have it for one fighter. A split decision means one judge have it for one fighter, the other two have it for the other fighter, and then a unanimous means all of them have it for one fighter. That's the difference between the
Okay. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. Thanks
Appreciate
for explaining
you,
that.
B-Free.
Yeah, and to be honest, when it comes to what you said with Nakatani, that they ended the fight too soon. They ended the fight too late. I can't remember which guy we were watching. Just recently that we said the fight should have ended sooner than it because he was beating down the guy so bad that it looked like the guy wasn't defending himself and the referee should have stepped in.
Was it the David Morrell fight?
Yeah, the David Morrell fight.
Yeah, it could have been the Morrell fight. Man, salute
David
to
Morrell.
AB, man, in that super. He said I'm not even mad at Haney. He fought his heart out and went toe-to-toe with Loma like a real one. Mad at the judge and the system, just my opinion. Nah, I get you, bro. I get you, man. Sometimes I put a little damper on things, you know what I'm saying? And it's not the fighters that you mad at. You just need more consistent judging. You know what I'm saying? Not saying the wrong guy won, but you get what I'm saying. Like, certain stuff just don't need to be. And I think it need to start by getting some fresher eyes in there. You know what I'm saying? I think they could start with that.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
To be honest, I think they need to get more younger judges because it seems like these older judges have been they're so set in their ways that they don't want to judge a different way. I think we need to start getting fresher blood in these judging sectors and more younger referees and younger judges and stuff like that.
Guys, Haney created some space with this Loma win. I think this was a real good, solid win. You know what I mean? Real credible quality opponent, despite what people want to say. They kind of want to take from it, but I'm not one of them people. I'm going to just give them the credit where it's due. But I also always tell people this. The interesting thing is when they try to compare the resumes of Tank and Dev, the difference is, and it's crazy, it's so obvious that people don't factor in. It's a weird conversation because you got one guy that been at one weight, and there's nothing wrong with that, but then you got a guy that started at 126. You get what I'm saying? So it's like all his fights wasn't even at 135 to begin with. So it's like when you say who got the better resume, you got one guy that been there since he been there, right? And one guy maneuvered through the division. So
no,
I mean,
it happens in Spence and Bud debates too. When people talk about who's more accomplished, you got one guy who's undisputed at 140, and then you talk about what the other guy just did at 147 his entire career. So I think that's a fair point.
Right, this is a real good win for him. So again, I like this move for him, and you know he get a little rest that he deserved. It was a tough fight. You know what I mean? Get back to it. Let's see what happened next. Like I said,
and a lot of the reason why people are taking away from this win because Devin, before this fight happened, I think he called out Tio for fighting Loma, and out of Devin's own mouth saying this guy was old past his prime already. I guess that's where that mindset is coming from. Just an ant that that Devin shouldn't get credit for the win for criticizing Tio for fighting an old fighter that he thought was past his prime already and stuff like that. Like for criticizing Tio for the same fighter and stuff like that.
I just chalk it up though to that's fighters talk, right? Like I feel like it's a certain level of shit that fighters can talk to each other that wouldn't make sense for us as fans to say if we being real. I think fighters just take shots at each other all the time, and that's one of them, right? I ain't giving them no out, but I think that's one of them situations because at the end of the day, when you sit there and look at Loma, you can probably say he ain't the absolute best that he's ever been, right? But you can't say he's washed up. Like, that would be very inaccurate. He showed that. Like, a washed up guy, we wouldn't even be having this conversation about Robbery. Would be none of that. A washed up guy would have got washed up. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So he fought back much differently. And I get it. You know, even Loma called him out for saying it. Then you call me old and you're like, oh, yeah, but I was just talking shit. So it's like, and not to give him no out. Before I even heard that, I always said this is fighters talking to a fighter. They're going to talk like that. But it's like when we do it, we got to be more realistic because we don't do what they do. They can actually get in the ring and try to prove it or do something about it. We from the outside looking in. So I think our assessment got to be a little bit different. They're not forced to have to keep it real. They can talk whatever shit they want. But at the end of the day, you see what Dev said after fighting him, man. I just can't even say now he's a hell of a fighter. Just tipped his hat to him, know what I'm saying? He know he pushed him in there. And that's all. At the end of the day, that's why I say I chalk some of that stuff up. I don't hold them, you know, take it so personally when they take those. That's like a jab telling him he washed. That's a jab. You know he's not. You know that. But you would have still been feeling like, yeah, he's still washed up. It's a jab. And it's just shit talking. And it's like, I'll say whatever, he's gonna give me the fight, and he end up getting it now, giving him the fight. So I'm glad it happened.
So you guys think fans in general look too much into that statement when Dev said that?
So yeah, absolutely. I think exactly what Dev said it was in that point, in that moment to me, just talking shit because we know that man ain't no washed up guy. And again, why we know this because you wanted to fight him, and is that saying you wanted to fight a washed up guy? So we all know that ain't the case. You wanted to fight him because you said you feel like it'll give you the respect that you deserve. And although it came with some controversy because people making too much out of it, I think the right man won. And it's going to be on to the next. And let's see what Loma do. But to your point, Rick, man, Nakatani was impressive to me. That man was working, man. Nakatani, nice. I like him.
Did you guys see any improvements?
He was ready to snipe, man. He had that left hand cocked. He was measuring range with the lead hand.
Valdez lost. You thought he lost, Will? I thought it was the win was lackluster for sure, Will. Like, for sure. And I think if he did win, it's because he obviously landed the harder shots because he's the harder puncher. But Lopez was working in there. 30-30, right? He's getting jab, man. Celebrating that 30th win. Russian was good with it. Wolfham.
Yeah, I rewatched that fight too. That Valdez fight earlier.
Eventually,
and it seems like I agree with you and just that it seems like the judges were grading on the harder puncher.
Cecil was good, bro. That's what they do.
On how the more not more accurate, but the more consistent power punching with Valdez than what's his name? The guy he was fighting. Damn it. What was his name?
Say that again. What you said?
Well,
see, but it's about leaving an impression, man. That's what it is. And there's even like little small things that
did you see Valdez improve on his weaknesses, or do you?
Yeah, I give it to him now, Grant. After getting Loma on the resume, you can tip that to him because I say Loma is better than, you know, the rest of the guys on other guys' resumes. But still in all, one win to me, and I don't know how everybody else look at it. One win equals one win to me. I don't look at it like if somebody got 4 quality wins and you got one, just saying hypothetically speaking, one guy happens to be better than the rest of them guys, I still don't think one guy trumps several fights. I don't think that makes sense. But I think it's fair to say he's more quality wins. He's a better quality fighter than the rest of these guys on the other guy's resume. And, you know, with that being said, I give him the edge. I don't have no problem saying that. I don't even care about the resume talk because I still know when it comes to them, this would be the first guy that fought somebody of their skill level and talent, I think, in the Lomachenko, right? So,
yeah,
you know, styles
no.
make fights.
When I look at that, when we bring up the resume, when I look at the resume for both Tank and Devin has the bigger quality, the higher quality wins, but when you look at Tank's resume, he has the more consistent quality. Like he has good or
Anthony.
great.
Salute, bro. Appreciate you pulling up.
So when you judge the resumes for Tank and Dev has the bigger win, but Tank has the higher quality and quantity of wins. In terms of the fighters he's fought at 140, 126. We can't.
That's why I say it's a tricky conversation. And again, this is like, I guess it's still opinionated at the end of the day. So I guess some people just pass their opinions off as facts. At the end of the day, it's still opinionated. For me, in my opinion, that's why I said Loma, I would say he's a more quality fighter than the rest of these guys that they fought. He's a better talent than the rest of these guys that they got on their resume, right? But that's still one win to me. It equals one win. You get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta name.
I think in order for this to be even, I think Tank needs to fight Loma. I think Tank Davis needs to fight Loma next.
I think Tank stops Loma.
Yeah, I think so too. But I'd like to also add this to the whole resume conversation. There's another little nuance to it. Some wins age extremely well. You know what I'm saying? Just like retroactively, then you go back and you look and you say, "Oh wow, he beat that guy." Like, for example, what's his name? Pedraza beat Tevin Farmer.
Linares, Diaz, Loma, Cambosis twice and Farmer.
Tevin Farmer comes back and becomes a world champ.
Quality wins, jab. I ain't saying he don't. I'm just saying I still feel like one win is one win. And that's cool because I agree with those being his quality wins too. He got some, like, I'm a different critic than everybody else. Like, some people will tell you right off the bat, he ain't fought nobody but Loma. Like, I try not to look at it like that because I'm not trying to come from a place of discrediting him. I want to give him the credit for the proper test that he took along the way. He got a couple, like the ones you just mentioned. You get what I'm saying? Like, some people feel like Shakur fought absolutely nobody in his career. And I've heard it before. And I respect all opinions. I look at it. I don't even got to disagree. It's just my stance is I could name about 4 or 5 fights that I feel like are quality. Now, I mean, that Nakatani win was looking good until Raymond Mortaya dispatched him like that.
But we also got to take into consideration what Nakatani did to Burchell.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Right.
So
in a sense, he still was dangerous. Right.
But
so it's like you got Nakatani for him. I think Christopher Diaz was a good fight for him. I think you got Conceição was a solid win. You know, Valdez, Jamel Herring, and I think that's his 4 or 5. If that's how many I just named, I think those are quality wins.
In there as well. Joel Gonzalez was a quality win.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Was JoJo? Did he fight JoJo?
Look at stuff different. They'd be like, nah, he still ain't fight nobody. Did he fight somebody on his skill level? Nah. And that's because it ain't a ton of people with his skill level.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
If we being honest, that's probably a handful of people, if that. If you could say that's equal to his skill level.
You got to look at how some of these guys look against each other. That's the other thing that's really telling.
Right.
And
I can't wait to see
the cream rises to the top.
Right.
Montoya, did he knock him out with a body shot?
What's good with it, Brody? You said what's that?
The Montoya thing, did he knock him out with a body shot, or how did he?
Nah, it was he's standing up. They stopped it in the corner. He stopped him on his feet. He caught him with some big punches. He flurried, and he caught him with one specific punch that really, really rocked his head back. And you know what I mean, the ref jumped in there. Great fighters. He got the second best resume. Yeah, he got some solid resume, bro. I think so. But I've heard people tell me, nah, he ain't fighting nobody. I'm just like, that's crazy to say that. I just look at stuff totally different than people. Feel like he fought it. What's good with it, Tay? Pac-Man, ATL, Tay, what's going on with it, bro? Appreciate you stopping through.
I want to see the rematch between Loma and Jermaine Ortiz. I want to see that rematch again. because I felt
Loma,
Jermaine won that fight.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the rematch with Jermaine versus Loma again, because
I think the only rematch being that Fate, like you asked, I think that's the only rematch that he would consider if it was a possibility is one with Dev, because it'd be for them belts on the line. I think Jermaine Ortiz would be like, been there, done that. It would do nothing for him to go beat him again. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because I think Loma will find a way to beat him for real. And again, you see how much sharper, like if he was this version of himself against Jermaine Ortiz, I think Jermaine Ortiz have a tougher out. I think he really fought well last night with a young guy coming up, man. And he did some things. Salute to you, bro. He did some things extremely well in there against the with under 20 fights, but still like a vet in a weird way, right? With Loma, just a very crafty, experienced dude in terms of fighting, boxing. So just went in there, and I think it was impressive how he kept his composure and he never allowed the fight to have those real wild moments where you start feeling like it's really getting away and he being overwhelmed by Loma. Like, if people really watch Loma, and this is part of what makes him dangerous and a great fighter, right? He has this ability to, in a fight at a point, turn it up. And he had this ability to make it, overwhelm his opponents and make it tough for him in there. And they tend to, fold under the pressure. They weathered those storms, whereas other guys, that would have started being the beginning of the end, is what I'm saying. And you seen Loma starting to put together a couple rounds where it was like, oh, he trying to turn it up. But you see, Dev had enough youth and skill to weather that storm, man.
Wait, is Montoya at 135?
Yeah, I think that fight was 35 for sure.
Yeah, it was 35.
It was.
How about would that not do anything for Loma to fight Raimundo?
Loma to fight who? Raymond Montoya?
Raimundo Montoya.
I doubt if they make that fight. Montoya said he wanted the winner out of the main event. He was talking about, Haney and Loma. I wish he would have said something more realistic. That's not as realistic right now. He's not going to jump from Nakatani to.
How about Raimundo versus Shakur?
Yeah, I would love it. I swear I wouldn't have mind if he said that. I just want what's realistic, to be honest. But I know right now, like I said, I got this notification with the Salute to the Rise podcast. They said the time is now. Shakur, you're up. And they putting the emphasis on that. So I love to see how that materializes, because I ain't scared to see Shakur fight nobody. I want to see it. So I like that energy over there, and I'm just hoping that it's something that could actually happen.
As fans, that fight isn't for me. I understand fans want Shakur versus Dev, but realistically, I don't think that fight's going to happen. Let's be honest. I don't think Shakur versus...
Say it again.
Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, what I'm saying is, as fans, that fight to me is not as realistic as fans are making it out to be, because I don't. By the time, because I don't think, I do not think Dev. I think Dev's going to move up to fight a tier. Like we've said, he's going to either vacate his titles and move up, or hold the titles and move up and fight Josh Taylor or Tio or Ryan at 140. I don't think
I don't see him sticking around at 35 too much longer. And like, again, some people want to call it different, and I respect it all. Some people are gonna say Duck. I'm gonna just consider the fact that it's unhealthy for him to continue to try to strain down unless he truly feels like he wants to do that. If he's with it, it's one of them situations like, if he decide to stay, I rock with it. If he leave, I'm not going to jump down his back and try to say he ducked somebody, knowing that this situation looking sketchy for him sticking around. Like, it's just, there ain't nothing to play with. That's how you get knocked out. And again, going in there just to be fair to him, I mean, be real. The hell with being fair. Boxing ain't fair all the time, right? Just to be real. Nobody wants to see Devin Haney be less of himself or less than 100% of himself fighting anybody like a Tank Davis or Shakur. That just would be stupid. If you can avoid that type of scenario, unless you feel like you got it in you to make that weight one more time, then again, I support it. But I'm not a big fan of trying to call him a duck. If he go up, I'm just not into that. I call stuff different. People can have they way of thinking. I just had mine. I would give him that benefit of the doubt because that health is important. Like, again, I know what he said, but that's trying to, again, a lot of this stuff sometimes when these fighters say things, they facts, they'll educate a jab, all facts. They say things that please us. And sometimes they be speaking as individuals. You get what I'm saying? And as competitors, right? But the one thing people don't consider, a lot of these things that they say out sometimes in the media, it's not that they won't stand on business. I think it's simple. When you really go down and sit with your team that you do got, that's going to be a team decision. When you speak sometimes, or these fighters speak in the media, they be speaking as individuals, but on decisions that are going to be made as a team, if that makes sense. And I think that's sometimes where the disconnect come. And, you know, you might hear fighters say one thing and then them and their team suggest to do something else. And the person to look at it is you not standing on business. Sometimes it's dependent on the situation, right? Because I really look at it like that. Fighters speak as individuals sometimes, but they speak on situations that are going to be made as a team. You get what I'm saying? So end up not going the way a fighter just said, oh, I'll fight this one and I'll fight that one. But you see, their team got to be on board to really make it happen is what really the problem. So just like right now,
it's the promoter. It's more the promoter, not the fighter.
Team is calling for Shakur. That's different. Like that I respect it. I want to see what materialized from that. He talks all about time and facts. Facts, man. And again, I ain't mad at nobody because I ain't interested in trying to like one up each other. They gonna prove it when they gotta prove it, right? Right now, Dad proved that he can go in there and win a big fight, bro. And not against a guy that people expected him to beat. You get what I'm saying? It was against a guy that people thought it was 50-50 going in there with, right? So again, he showed me something right there, and that's just where I try to leave it. I try to give him his proper just due for that. And I try not to find no way to take nothing from him. Like, I ain't looking for that. You could critique the performance like in a constructive way, which what I think we was doing, but I'm not looking for a reason to try to knock him. He when time was time for him to stand on business, as he said, he'd been chasing this dude for 4 years. He went in there and did it. That's all I got. I got to leave it there. Respect. Go get you a rest and get back to business. You know what I mean? My boy I was just at the fight when Shakur knocked out Yoshino. I enjoyed that with my girl and a couple of the family from the YouTube space. You know what I'm saying? And now it's time to see how he responds to them saying he next. You get what I'm saying? Because I look at him as a stand-up fighter. So I expect some type of response from him, man. Look, I don't care how dangerous the fight is. I want to see it. I want to see it.
So Justin, and what weaknesses did you see in Devin's game in this fight that you saw that were major weaknesses that Loma took advantage of?
So amazing. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? You say that again, my bad.
What I'm asking you and Ant is of this fight, specifically with Devin and Loma.
You said like
what
strengths
major
and
weaknesses in Devin's
weaknesses?
Yeah, what weaknesses in Devin's game did you see that Loma took serious advantage of?
Yeah, I mean he gotta tighten up on him getting hit with that left hand. You know what I mean? Tighten up and get hit with that left hand. That was Loma's most Now you just want to tighten up defensively, period. But that was the area of concern for me the most. I think other than that, I mean, this fight I actually seen him seem like he got a bit fatigued. I don't normally see that with him, but I don't think that's an issue. I just think that could be him still shrinking to that weight.
I said this.
Not really even that. Fighting Loma and Loma, just that mental pressure and just Loma's a fanatic. Like he a busy, like you get what I'm saying, a busy, active fighter. He's always moving like a little rabbit in there. You know what I'm saying? So that type of thing will wear you down over a period of time. I know they both had their tense moments when the fight started. So I attribute some of that fatigue
with Devin, I'm gonna say this. What I saw with Devin and is, I'm not sure if you guys agree with this, that he got a little bit cocky in there at some point during the fight, and that's when Loma seriously caught him with shots. He put his hands down a couple of times during the fifth and fourth round, where Loma caught him with shots that he wasn't supposed to because Devin was being way too cocky.
Yeah, I don't think he got cocky. I mean, he might have got comfortable is I think a better word. I don't think he got cocky because he knew that the challenge that was in front of him, but he might have got comfortable and
yeah, no, that's what I meant.
Just,
He
got a
got too
little lax
comfortable
in
where he
there.
let his defense down.
Yeah,
He
he's
was
just a little
lax
laxed in there, and Loma had to wake him up a bit. And again, some of that is just Loma being a damn good fighter, right? And I said this, it was going to be a close fight, a tight fight, and Loma was going to have some moments, but I truly respect how he responded in those moments where he never really truly let it get away, is what I'm saying. Where other Lomachenko opponents, they end up when those moments when he decided to turn it up, we seen that moment. We seen that those rounds where he tried to have that burst that he normally have against his opponents, that be the turning point. Dev did not allow him to complete that turning point. He started mounting it. You know what I mean? But I think Dev did enough to kind of, neutralize some of that toward the end. Like right when he, you know what I mean? It got close. It got close in there. But again, that's the difference right there. And Devin showed me something, man. That's some mental toughness, man. He grew up a bit in that
and
ring.
You brought nuance into the ducking conversation that other people don't just. And this is where, as a Virgil fan, he needs to start thinking of moving up to 140. 154 permanently because it seems like he's getting sick from forcing himself to cut weight to 147 and stuff like that. He's getting too big for 147. I don't think he's gonna get any championship fights.
You talking about Virgil?
Yeah, Virgil,
again, like that's just tricky with that. Like a lot of people are attributing it to his weight, and they thinking, you know what, the reason why you're having this issue is because you won't just go up. And just naturally, I was thinking it could be something like that, just naturally. But hearing what he said, for people that don't know, like I read on him, with him, article where he was talking about, read an interview, you know what I mean? They do an interview and they write it up. He was speaking on it and he said, people keep saying either he too big and he need to go up or he's using steroids. He like, people don't know what they talking about. He like, I did not even get to the portion of the camp where I start cutting weight and it's already flared up. So he like, people that saying wait, that's not what it is. He like, it's like the best way I could describe what he was saying is like when he overexerting himself, pretty much working out too hard for too long. You get what I'm saying? Like you killing yourself and you're not finding the proper balance and it's triggering those those flare-ups with that situation he got. So I mean, I think that's what it is. I'm willing to give him
him overexerting himself instead of pacing.
Yeah, right. Is there like not the weight? Because like he said, he didn't even, and I thought that was very telling. You didn't even get to the portion of the camp where you cutting the weight, but you know what I'm saying, and you're already having an issue. This was a prime moment. Look, to be fair to him, if he fought him 4 years ago when he first initially wanted to fight him at 20, I don't think he wins. And again, it's good that he got the season, and I felt like people don't see enough value in those Kambosos wins because of the lack of, quality that they felt like Kambosos is. But I'm telling you, experience is something that he got. He got 24 rounds over there, man. He picked up some experience and got that little bit more of confidence, I think, and seasoning that put him in a position to really win. And I think that was dope for him. William Old School, appreciate you, bro. Much love, much appreciation, bro.
I needed to see that damn check hook a little bit more, though, man. I was telling you, I was rewatching that 7th round. He had a nice little check hook when Loma pressed. He hit him with the hook, pivoted out.
I like the way he was turning that joint, man. I like the way he was turning it, man. I do. And again, I ain't trying to be super soft on him, but again, I just don't want to come here and be the guy taken from his moment. I guess a lot of stuff, I was about to play some clips and stuff in his live, and I'm going to say that for a different one. I'm saying I'm going to just let this be me giving him his credit, and then it's going to be some other stuff that I'm going to revisit. I just realized that I ain't even got to bring in these other clips that I was going to play. I'm going to talk about this other stuff, though, with Keyshawn Davis. I'm even going to talk about the him not addressing him in the ring, because I know for sure, has Shakur fought in Newark, and I'm saying this because he was in Vegas, was like his home. Has Shakur fought in Newark, He would have left the ring without leaving Haney in there and not saying nothing to him. Somebody would have said something. And again, it's from an entertainment standpoint. It's not to make it seem like Haney no sucker or nothing like that. But I do feel like he was supposed to stay in there and address him simply because he was the last one that called him out.
Well, they had a brief exchange. It was something light, like what do you say? I'm number one. And
he said,
and Shakur was like, for now. I was like, ooh.
And then some people gather, right? You see, he said he number one. You say he agreed. He's supposed to because he got the belts. He's acknowledging that. That's why I like Shakur. And then he even
Shakur's not a hater, though.
He even retracted like the statement saying 8-4 for Loma. He said I exaggerated a little bit with that. He said maybe 7-5 for Loma. He was like, I felt like Loma was landing the cleaner shots, but he was going for Dev. But people would make it seem like he's being a hater in that moment. So what was y'all feelings when they asked him who would win? He said Dev gonna smoke him.
Yeah, he definitely said Dev was gonna smoke him.
He thought he was gonna smoke him. He said Dev gonna smoke him. He had that kind of faith in him. When he seen the fight, he felt like it play out close. Now he's a hater. That's being a bad fan. If you pushing that narrative, that's what a bad fan is. That's crazy, bro. He can't have an opinion. So I guess Terrence Crawford rooting for him. And he said, oh, that's just because it's his boy. What's wrong? Can't nobody accept the fact that nobody thought it went the other way without making them a hater? That's what makes us bad fans. The same way people feel like Haney won and they want respect for that point of view. It's the same way for the other people. That's what type of person I am. I'm not going to sit here and tell you you're wrong in a fight that clearly was that type of close. Now, if it's not debatable and somebody get it and somebody holler robbery, I'm going to be right with you. Like, yeah, that's crazy. They took it from him. But again, a lot of times people be misusing the robbery word. It's not a robbery. You might think the right man didn't win. You can say that is how you phrase it. Like, you just can't frame it as a robbery. That's not what a robbery is. Rolly not landing no punches and a fight being stopped in that exchange is wild. That's as bad as it get. Or the situation that happened with Michael Fox a few years back. Like that's what you call robberies, bro. Those are robberies. Even better, I mean, and even though the fight was made competitive and toward the back end of it, Oscar Valdez and Conceição, Jackson Marinez and Rolly.
Definitely Jackson Marinez and Rolly.
Those fall into that category like that. Not this fight. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of dampens it. And even Ward was saying it. Come on, you ruined the moment with the robbery talk. It wasn't no damn robbery. Did y'all expect it to be a blowout? Is why y'all calling robbery? Because neither guy was going to blow nobody out. Or other than that, then it wasn't the 50-50 fight that we was calling it. Like, let me find out people was just saying it was a 50-50 fight, but didn't believe that it was one. You get what I'm saying? Like, you saying it, but didn't believe it because that's what we got. That's why I say I could appreciate it. Salute to both of them dudes. I watched Loma until he retired, even though I thought he was about to give a retirement speech for a second. I don't know if y'all caught that vibe for like a few seconds. I thought when he started naming stuff, I was like, is he about to say, thank y'all for I swear I thought he was setting the table to say he retiring. I say, damn. I walked away saying, more Shakur just competitive, right? And then Shakur said, yeah, man, you it for now. And that's again, when I bring that up, I bring it up from an entertainment standpoint, not, you see how he you get what I'm saying? I think people just make this too personal when it don't gotta be. This is fun. I hope they fight. And if it ain't now, then hey man, look, Tank team saying Shakur next. So that's more than enough smoke. You get the bag and everything. You get to take on the guy that ain't nobody beating, the guy that they said gonna knock you out, the guy that they saying your defense ain't gonna be good enough to get through him. You think I don't want to see him challenge that beast? That is Tank Davis. Yes, I do. May the best man win. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna necessarily be rooting against Tank, but Shakur, my guy. May the best man win. I want to see it. I hope we get it. Yeah, Keyshawn is funny, y'all. I like Keyshawn, man. Keyshawn is funny.
I agree with that one point that you made, though, Fate. There definitely was that one judge. I think it might have been Moretti. He had a wide score. I thought the score was a little bit too wide. I was like, I don't know what fight he was watching.
Because look, Jab, Ricky Williams came up here and kind of said the same thing, Jab. And I'm so like real about mine. I still not gonna tell you you're wrong, bro, or I disagree. I'm gonna just still tell you what I think. It's just no point in doing that to people. You can't ask people what they think. Then when they tell you, you jump down their throat about it. Like, what's the point of me asking you that? Like, I ain't gonna let you, you know what I mean, talking shit. Let me know what you seen. That's why I keep pointing out the obvious that people always forget. You had 3 judges, and how often do they see the rounds differently? So they all crazy? So they haters too? Even though I know they could be getting it wrong, but you get my point. They don't always see the same exact thing. A lot of times in the same exact rounds, they don't. You know what I'm saying? This was probably one of them nights too. That's just how it is. It just don't make you wrong because your vantage point is different. Like some people told me Devin Haney wasn't really landing punches. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how the hell he win? I was like, who the hell was hitting Loma to the body then? And how them damn marks get on his face? You get what I'm saying? I got questions like, what's going on? Like, he wasn't getting hit. So how he get his face get marked up? And who was punching that man in the body and had him feeling him? Who's doing that? I'm trying to figure that out. I wasn't Haney in there. Well, who was it? Who the hell was it in there? Jab, no way. Haney 8-4, but it was a good fight. Ryan B, salute, fan. Appreciate you pulling up. Man, y'all smash that like button for your bro, man. One time for the one time. Yeah, man, we don't save our favorite fighters. I promise you. And I'm not fronting. And again, I just want to point something out that I never hear people say. Just keep in mind, I'm just throwing this out there, not saying this applies to none of us because we rock with our people. If you are on the low or even openly scared to see your fighter fight somebody or don't want him to fight somebody because you think he might lose, that means you're indirectly telling yourself and the people that you don't truly believe in him. Because if you did, you wouldn't be scared to see him fight nobody because you would think he could find a way to win. That's how I feel about him. That'd be one of the most tense fights that I could ever watch. And you think I don't want to see it next if I could get it? Man, watch me, man. I'll be talking about this nonstop, bro. I might have to come live again to my man early, twice tomorrow, man. All the stuff going on after this fight, man.
I done got my heart broke a couple of times with my guy Julian Williams, man. I love J-Rock. And when he got knocked out by Charlo, bro, like a single tear trickled down my cheek, like Denzel in Glory, like just that one tear came down. I was like, damn, J-Rock. But that was one of the cleanest counter uppercuts, little catch and shoot uppercuts I've seen in probably like I don't know how long.
And
that shit was so clean, but I was hurt because it was J-Rock on the other end of that, bro.
Yeah, he went and got that surgery, and it seemed like his accuracy improved. I was like, that was the best shot, single one punch shot I think he landed in his career to this day still. Yeah, but people do get mad when you don't feel the same way they feel.
No, I was
hurt, Daniel Keachon is funny, but again, people be mad at him. I don't understand how this stuff makes people mad. I think it's funny. Y'all give me 2 seconds, man. We gonna be here for a couple more minutes before we get up out of here.
Facts, Josh Sanders. I ain't gonna know. I got a little bit nervous when the gum shield slipped out and what's his name? Ugas pieced him up. I was like, oh no, I don't want to see Errol go out like this. I did not want to see it happen like that.
My bad, y'all. Baby do on my helmet, man. Flawless mentality, Dr. Mark. What's good, AB? How you feeling? Yeah, he on my back right now.
Yeah, man. I saw that too, Josh. I saw that interview he did where he was saying that he was afraid his teeth got knocked out.
You cheating, everyone's a tough one. Right. And they still say that we lying about that, Ron B. When we bring that up, salute to you, bro. Appreciate you stopping through. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button, sub to the channel if you haven't. Tay the real queen of MMA combat. How you feeling, queen? Appreciate you pulling up. So interesting division. Yeah, great for the sport, man. I just want to see all these dudes win and fight each other. And if they got lose fighting each other, what better way to go out than losing to another dog, another top dog? That's how I look at that. Ain't no shame in that. Everybody can't retire undefeated. I know that. Not only do I know it, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Deeply. Like that's not easy to do. I mean, say 3 title defenses. They've already won undisputed in my head against Ken. Just keeping them belts warm, right? Facts. Got them joints snatched right up off them. See knocked out. Right. It's a fact, though, too, man.
It's certainly a mentality thing, though, Just. When it comes to fans, people would much rather talk about the possibility of so-and-so ducking so-and-so as opposed to seeing these guys actually getting in the ring. Because, like you said, their fandom is, to a degree, an endorsement.
Real hell was good, bro.
Or like a reaffirmation of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You said something I thought was very important too earlier about the improvements that Dev can make. Like, he's only 24. Like, he don't gotta have all the stuff figured out right now.
And he still look what he accomplished. That's why I'm like, and that's what my name represents. Both sides of the spectrum. Yeah, we could criticize him. I call it, we could critique him and talk about the negatives, but it's definitely a lot of upsides. Definitely way more positives to draw from this. That's all I'll be saying. Like, and when I hear a person just go the straight negative route, I don't understand that train of thought. What about this besides the decision that you can't respect about this man going forward and what he doing right now? I just don't get that. So it's like I be saying it more and more lately. We be being bad fans, man. It's a such thing of that, being a bad fan. And that's not being able to appreciate a 50-50 fight that you said you wanted. You said you didn't want an exhibition. You said what Ryan didn't deserve. Fight cost too much. This one was $60. They gave us an undercard. They had a 50-50 fight, right? It was a deserving guy, right? What's the issue? Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm cool if you mad at the decision a little bit, but at the end of the day, they went out there and they put on, bro. That's why I'm like, I don't understand what if you really are an appreciative person, you will realize that a Tank and the Ryan and the Dev and Shakur, these dudes is great for the sport, especially like they gave us the biggest fight. They gave us the most meaningful. You literally got the best of both worlds in 2 separate occasions, and all people do is just find ways to be mad at the situation that's working. Like, it's good for entertainment, bro. They gave us what people said that was a casuals fan. That was an exhibition casual fan fight with Ryan and Tank. Okay. And look how many people turned out. They was damn sure interested in that damn exhibition bout. And I hope Dev did some numbers so we could say people was interested in this. Should have been for the diehards, right? Some technicians in the ring, right? It was like, which way? You got a knockout over that side. You get what I'm saying? You got dudes with a lot of knockouts in both Tank and Ryan. And then you got technicians on this side. That's what you got. It's like you literally got the best of both worlds, from the price point to maybe the undercard, how they laid it out, all of that. It's like, bro, what is there to be not enjoy? That's why I said boxing is making you mad when you watch it. You might need to take a step back. You too mad for the run. These are young men trying to figure it out. They're not gonna be perfect. Everything they say out their mouth ain't gonna happen the way they saying it. This is life. What is happening in real life? What do we try to manifest things and speak things into existence as well, right? But everything we plan for or say out our mouth don't come to fruition either. So how are these dudes any different? But they out to be made all types of suckers, and it's like, damn, that's going too hard. It ain't that deep. Just understand when it's time for them to stand on business and fight each other and fight quality opposition. As long as them dudes ain't tucking tail and ducking from the smoke, I don't think all that other shit people be saying be necessary. Let these dudes win. You say you like the sport, right? Well, why you talk like you mad at everything every other fighter do that's not your favorite? Stop being mad. Enjoy this shit. Somebody call a fight. He didn't really want to do that. I can't believe he did. It's like, what the hell wrong with y'all? He actually boxed. He actually get in the ring and show you that he'll do something about it, bro. Nah, Shakur don't want to fight Tank. He clout chasing. He's just clout chasing. The guy that you knew about since he was a teenager in the Olympics is clout chasing. Just think about the word clout. He ain't been clouted up since you knew about him since his pro debut. Everybody didn't know Tank in their pro debut. Not all these dudes. They ain't know. Everybody ain't know what everybody wasn't saying Javante would 1-0. You definitely knew who the hell Shakur was because you knew, and everybody watched him cry after he lost to Robesi. Everybody knew that. You knew him from that. You knew him as a kid, and you knew he was a bad one. You knew it. That's why I say when you say clout, it's not necessarily the case, and that would be a bad clout chase. Do you know why? What sense would it make for you to call for one of the more higher paid fighters in the sport of boxing, one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport of boxing? What sense would it make for you to call his name and not have no intent on fighting him? What would that do for your career that's good? Nothing, but make people question you. So again, I like to think logical. If that man say he want to fight until he show me it's an opportunity where he could fight flat out and he tuck tail and go the other way, I'm going to call that shit. I promise y'all I will. I don't care how much I like nobody. I ain't going to, discredit everything. But if I see it's an opportunity, you straight up can fight this dude and it's on you, ball in your court, and you say no, then we can call him something. Other than that, I just seen a dude that stand on business. I don't understand what anybody else is saying. No, he ain't the absolute best. Can he be beat? Yup. And he ain't perfect. Nope. But since I've been watching him, he's been showing me a high level of talent and skill and consistency and discipline in that ring that you can't just say, nah, that ain't one of the ones. We can't say that yet either. You know what I'm saying? He so far, so good. Do he pass the eye test? The dude check all the boxes. There's still some questions he got to answer undoubtedly because he need to get in there he needs some 50-50 fights. He ain't had them. That's what he need. And I'm a real one. He ain't had his 50-50 fight. Dev just got one. That's real talk. We all knew he was going to beat Kambosos the same way we all knew Shakur was going to go in there and beat up Yoshino. We ain't know he was going to stop him like that. I ain't going to lie, but I knew he was going to beat his ass. You get what I'm saying? He ain't had his 50-50 fight yet. He need one. And I don't care if it got to be your first one, then hey, so be it. I'm with all. I want to see it all, bro. Like I'm just different, man. I just enjoy this shit differently. Like that's why I got a glass half full kind of mentality with boxing, because that's how you enjoy it. I don't know if people are watching this shit to just talk about it and critique it, or do you really watch it because it's entertainment first? Let's remember, you're supposed to enjoy it. And people be far too mad at every little thing that a fighter say. You can't call this one out. So he clout chasing Tank, like I just explained to y'all. That would be a terrible clout chase. You showing that you're calling out one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing, one of the more, you're going to get a bag. So it's going to look like not only are you kind of chasing the bag, but then you really don't want it. That would look bad on your part. Then when it's Devin Haney and you say you'll fight him, it's like, you can't say that. That's a publicity stunt. You really don't want to fight him either. So again, just tell me when I'm not making sense, y'all. You're telling me a guy that participated in the Olympics where you can't pick your opponents, where you fighting the absolute best of the best, is now going to turn pro and change the mentality. All of a sudden, now when the money is on the line, the recognition and everything, your reputation and everything you work for in the Olympics, all of a sudden you're going to turn a pro and say, you know what? I don't want to fight the best of the best no more, because after all, I didn't do that in the Olympics. So now when the money on the line, yeah, I just want easy fights. I don't really want to fight these dudes. I'm just clout chasing like I did in the Olympics. Like, just tell me what logical sense do it make? A guy that's shown you to fight the best of the best and being able to compete with them, turned pro, started at 26, top fighter there, went to 130, unified champion there as well as champion at 126, going to come to 35, and all of a sudden he don't want to fight the best. Why the hell would that even make any sense? It don't make logical sense. That's fanship aside. That's what you've seen from that guy. His personality says he's with it. Fuck the hell with the trash talk. When he get in the ring, what do you see? Do he stand on business? It's like, I don't be understanding. I could see that for all of them. Like I said with Dad, you got some people that get caught up in what they feel like is his personality. And I get it. To some degree, they show us some of their personality, but we don't know. Think about the word personality. We don't know these dudes personally. We don't know these dudes. They show you a bit of personality on TV and shit like that, but we know none of these dudes personally. And we be taking the shit they say way too serious. So I do people one better. I don't focus on personal shit because that's not why we know him. We know him for being a boxer, right? So what does that require you? You got to live that lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? Dedicate and commit yourself at a high level and be disciplined at it. Is Devin Haney checking all of them boxes? I said this all the time, and the answer will be yes. So that's the reason you give a dude like that his credit. Not because he said something about your fighter that you didn't like. That's weird. It's shit talking. They can do it because at the end of the day, what we know, as long as they healthy and in the same sport, they actually can get in the ring and do something about it. So it's all cool when they send a shot or two at each other. Like, that's not for us as fans to be mad sitting here calling these dudes all types of names because he talked a little shit to the fighter you support. That's weird, bro. This is entertainment. It's supposed to be fun. And again, to a certain degree, I don't believe just trash talking to an end with no means to an end. Like, you know, at some point, yeah, I want to see you actually get in there and do it. But again, if the fight don't happen, you get what I'm saying? Or something don't happen right away, I'm not jumping down these dudes' throats or looking for a reason to try to call everybody a duck. That's like, what are we watching the sport for if everybody is ducking? You know what I'm saying? I can't look at it that way. It'll ruin it for me. Yeah, Ryan, they be way too emotional, bro. Way too. My bad, y'all. My bad. I just went on one for a second, y'all. Salute A1 Hoops on, pardon me, my bro. Salute to you, Brody. Man, OZ Boxing 22. Appreciate you, Dr. Mark. Salute to the OG. How you feeling? Right. Well, going Napa and based on where the exposure, I say Tank is some easy and by the ninth. It could be, yo. I'm telling you. Salute to the fan. A1, what's good with it, my bro? Pardon me. Salute to my baby girl. Because you're always working. Love you, baby girl. Appreciate you.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Telling you, if I could help it with this platform of mine, I really aim for people to try to enjoy the hell out of this sport. Because these dudes, these fighters, not gonna be here forever. So for me, the way I look at it, I just rather enjoy what I'm getting than constantly wake up every day being mad because one of these young kings said something that didn't happen right away. Like, again, and just to connect it to real life. Like, we say shit sometimes in real life that don't happen. Do that make us suckers? You know what I mean? Are we clowns and cornballs because we said something that didn't happen? Like, and I don't care who you is. I ain't saying we don't get shit done, but we've all said something that just didn't come to fruition for one reason or another. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think we consider sometimes that some of these dudes be young as hell. Again, they're, 24? Man, just think about us at 24. Did we have it all figured out? And just think about how disciplined he is. He could have easily had that money and lost, took his eye off the ball a long time ago, man, before he even got the Undisputed. Because to my knowledge, he came in making a good penny. You know what I'm saying? So just think about it. He could have been lost focus. You know what I mean? Took his eye off the ball for a second and shit could have just went terribly bad for him. But I find a reason to salute him for that. I think that's dope. Watching, I believe Devin was crying during rounds. James Jones, salute fan. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Shakur Keyshaw looks stupid. The same weight class Shakur can kiss Undisputed at 135. Goodbye. Back, sir. Salute. I'll say this. Just consider this. They at different points in their career right now. So it wouldn't even they career's not gonna be a conflict of interest. I think that's the best way I could put it. Right now, at least not right now, it won't be. You know what I mean? 4 through 12 on YouTube. Y'all can go rewatch them. Bet educated jab. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you. I don't understand what the robbery talk about. Me neither. Just something to complain about. People just be wanting to be mad. 80s era, nothing the same today. Yeah, James, it ain't. But again, I think the fact that it's changed, I find ways to appreciate, that era that was before the time I started watching it, and then the era that is currently. I find appreciation in each era. Like, not too long ago, I was just watching some fights from way back in the day that was in black and white, and I enjoyed them thoroughly. I never thought I enjoyed watching black and white boxing films, but I was definitely wrong. So it's like I find appreciation in all this. I understand things have changed to a point where it's like it's a lot of business involved into boxing nowadays because people are trying to make money for their pain. You get what I'm saying? And I ain't my bad. I ain't trying to my bad, y'all. I ain't trying to said this was a good storyline. This was a long dream, but some dreams get made a reality, and some dreams remain dreams. Congrats, Devin the Dream Haney. His name played a part after all. Facts, it did though. My bro, I hand boy, what's good with it? Appreciate y'all pulling up. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, sub to the channel. Last night I had to draw, had to rewatch. It was a shock. Yeah, I feel that. I ain't mad at nobody that think that. You know what I mean? Close fight, because I hear a lot of people saying close fight. I heard a couple people saying they had it wider than that, and I ain't even mad at that because people score things differently. They see things differently, and I just ain't gonna tell nobody they wrong because they seen it different than me. I wrote a Shakur, 25, I believe, 25. I got you, man. Cheap Wildfire was good with it, fam. I still give it a draw. Facts. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna go watch it again too, man. I'm gonna go watch it again. I think they do the replay because I did order the pay-per-view. I think they replayed it. I don't know if I missed the window. They do be replaying it so you can watch it.
Man, if you got a little bit of patience, the best way to watch the replays is either on 0.75 or on half speed.
Haney and Shakur mentioned fighting Haney. There ain't a conflict of interest. Shakur and Haney fighting each other. Frank Martin, another one. See, that's because, again, let's put this in perspective. That's you know, what's the name? Bringing Frank Martin's name up, Spence, and like he's supposed to a promoter. But look, I'm with seeing all those fights. The only fight that's off the table for Shakur off the bat is obviously Keyshawn. And again, I keep telling people this. They so mad at it. But again, I don't understand how people are mad at Keyshawn having that approach when y'all feel like most of the people feel like Keyshawn ain't all that anyway. So why is Shakur wasting his time on a guy that ain't all that? That's for the people that think like that. That's one. Then number two, people are simply easily forgetting and acting like this is the first and only time you heard a guy in the same damn stable getting trained amongst the same people saying they're not going to fight a guy like that. They making too much of a big deal out of it. And then on top of that, they had two separate, totally different points in their career. And I truly do think if they to keep winning, you say Keyshawn keep winning, and somewhere along the line that fight starts to make sense and people demand it for whatever reason, then I think they revisit that because money talks, and we all know the rest. The money talks at the end of the day. So right now, you just feel like that's his brother. They had separate points in his career. There ain't nobody calling for them to fight. You get what I'm saying? You got 8-0, you got 20-0. You got dude that's in his third weight class right now. You get what I'm saying? Two weight division champion. He was unified at 130. Like, it's totally different points of their careers, bro. Nobody's gonna demand publicly for them dudes to fight each other right now. And again, I gotta say this again for the people that swear Keyshawn ain't this and that anyway. Why the hell do people care if Shakur is not gonna fight him? Because why is he wasting his time on guys that can't fight? And again, that's a lot of people share that train of thought. They don't think Keyshawn is this. They don't think he that. Why did they give a damn if Shakur Stevenson fight him? And if people feel like Frank Martin could beat Shakur, I hope it happened. I want to see them all, man. Ain't none of these dudes unbeatable. They all make mistakes, but they all at the top of they professions. And we got some dogs, man. We got some good talent in the sport of boxing. And you got fights. Some of these fights can go either way, if you ask me. Either way, some of them. Yeah, so Martin, man, Martin gonna try to make some noise, but I look, I want to see it. If that's what he feel like he want, he can make Shakur and him fight. I love it. Salute to Ryan B, man. Appreciate you. I'm in the damn envelope top rank. I want my just do, man. You know what, man? Fate, man. I got you.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
You cut them off. Salute to my bro Fate, man. Grease with Fire was good with it. Teach was good with it, fam. How y'all feeling? Like you have to keep rewatching, still get different results. That makes sense. Why I said, nah, it'd be like that, bro. And I think that's what happened when you get a good fight. It's still stupid. They both mentioning bouts. I get what you're saying. I do get that. Trust me, I do. But then again, do consider though that you know, Shakur ain't gonna be at 35 forever either. You get what I'm saying? That's why I say Keyshawn got less time in right now. Shakur say he'll probably be at 35 for about 2 years or so, something like that. But I get what you're saying. But again, if it get to a point where it's a demand for it, or there's a belt involved, or a situation where it makes sense, I'm pretty sure they'll revisit it, man. It's gonna make sense. Devin Shakur Since Jay Prince, we gonna make it make sense. Oh, salute the teach. I got you. I got what you're saying. You said that's what Jay Prince said. Yeah, man. Look, let's see it. You got, I don't know if you seen it, teach. They Tank team saying Shakur next. They saying he up next. Like they picked Shakur. Like he won the lottery or something. I love it. I love it, bro. I love it. My bad, bro. It was a great fight when you could rewatch it. Right. That's all I'm saying. We got a good fight right here. Yeah, right. Right, facts. Right, bro. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, that's what he said out his mouth. So, again, things will work out. Like, I think things will work out. You know what I'm saying? It can work out. We got a good thing going on in this sport. I just want to see all these dudes mix it up. And we got a lot of action we can enjoy. Loma's still a great fighter at this age. Absolutely he is. That's he wants to take right now. Look, I don't care if they Tank team I feel like if he ain't ready now, he'll never be ready. That's how I feel. I don't think it's a matter of him being ready for Tank. It's just a matter of if he would win. Where you going? This. Oh, boy, man. Oh man, I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. My son is unbelievable. He's shown already top big and same weight class all their careers. We'll see, man. We'll see. But yeah, it's a matter of if he actually win the fight, and I don't doubt that he can. I think he got an opportunity to beat anybody. You know what I'm saying? I actually watch a replay in normal speed. Nah, that's real. That's real shit, Ant, right there, man. That means you really trying to see the right thing, bro. I appreciate anybody that put in that.
What got me like that, man. Watching what is his name? I don't know if you ever seen Barry Robinson. He's a boxing coach, and he used to be with Dynamic Striking. But he had a series called The Anatomy of a Knockdown. And you see the way things unfold, and you see like for example, this is when I really knew like Tank was like really thinking in there. When you see the knockdown that he scored on what is his name, Mario Barrios with the overhand right.
Yeah,
that whole sequence, that whole exchange plays out over the course of maybe about 45 seconds or so, and he's hitting him with a faint low. And then he noticed every time he feinted low, Barrios would drop his lead hand and try to take that step back. Then a couple of seconds down the line, he revisits that. He gets low like he's going to feint low, and then he came over the top with the overhand right. I said, man, this dude is thinking his way through the fight.
Yeah. He becoming more technical about his approach, more cerebral, as they like to call it, with his approach. And I think that's making him a lot more dangerous. Like I keep saying, he one of them guys that it's kind of like how I look at Dev. Even though Kambosos wasn't the most dangerous guy, there's still a level of experience, which is equal a great deal of experience to take away from 24 rounds with that dude in Australia. Despite the level of
absolutely.
I think he is. People don't get it. And it's the same for Tank. Despite Ryan not being the absolute best to fight, there's still a level of experience to gain and pick up from that fight that's going to continue to make him dangerous. He's becoming more and more comfortable doing what he do, and as a result, he's becoming much harder to beat, or just as hard to beat. Is just a difficult guy. He's going to be a difficult guy to beat. I think when and if he do lose, it's going to be a real fighter to beat him. It ain't going to be no run-of-the-mill guy. It's going to be a guy that I think we look at as a special fighter after it happened. You dig what I'm saying? So, and it's possible, but it's just, he's very dangerous. He got the best of both, man. Got a ton of IQ working for him. The thing is, I keep saying he can box with people that people think can box better than him. He can box with you. But when that turns to a fight, can you fight with him? And can you fight with him enough to keep him off you and keep him from knocking you out in those moments? And if you can, you know what I mean? Then you might have some success. And maybe I feel like you got to make Tank doubt himself. If you can't outright hurt him, you definitely better be able to make him doubt himself. And if you can't do those things, nor hurt him, nor make him doubt himself in a fight, I think it's going to be very hard to beat. That's just my opinion. Like, you got to do something different than him that the rest of these dudes ain't did in a fight with him. You get what I'm saying? Everybody, not everybody, a couple guys could say they might have won a round here, round there, something like that. Landed some good shots here, landed some good shots there. But outside of that, what did you really do? Did you hurt him? Did you really make him doubt himself for a second in there? Did you really do something out of the ordinary outside of what actually happens in a fight? Fights, dudes lose a round here, lose a round, get hit with a shot. Like, that sounds like a regular fight to me. So that's what I'm saying. Like, your performance with him, you can't just be regular with him. I'm sorry. You just can't. You got to
definitely not
do something that nobody else done to him. And like I said, if you just so happen don't have the punching power or the technique, whatever it be, to just outright hurt this guy, then you better be able to beat him up enough to make him question what's going on in that ring and start to doubt, some doubt creep in, because he's one of the most mentally toughest fighters we got in the sport. I think that's another thing that makes him dangerous. He's hard to break. You can't. I ain't saying he unbreakable, but that's a mentally tough individual, man. And I'm telling you, for him to go through some of the things he went through in his career, getting there and still fight and perform at that level, I don't think people understand how hard it is. I really don't. And I ain't saying I know how he know, but just with enough common sense and understanding the sport and just watching and learning enough, I know that's got to be a challenge in and of itself, man. And dude continue to get it right. He continue to produce the same result in a different way. The result is usually a knockout, but it's a different version of a knockout. Hector Garcia can't see. He ain't even get dropped. He can't see. You get him saying head hurting, all types of stuff. You thought you was knocked out. You ain't necessarily seen him do that to nobody. He done crushed Ryan, rib cage up. Like, you get what I'm saying? Just different ways to get the same result. And I think it makes him dangerous and impressive, man. I always tell that people about Tank, man, makes him a bit dangerous.
And it could be going forward. It could be going forward. It could be going backwards. It could be in the pocket. He could explode. It's just like, you know what I mean? And just leap, lunge, catch you with something. He's got so many different ways to get his power to the target.
Yeah, it was possible that he might have had some little doubt creeping in for a second, but one thing I will say, Haney, he avoided and took that play of like really losing that focus or allowing it to really slip from him. And I appreciate him for it. I was able to recognize that he was able to do that. And I was like, because of that, you're going to put yourself in a position to win, bro. I'm telling you, when you get overwhelmed by what's coming back with Loma, bro, you're in trouble, fam. You are in big trouble, bro. But yeah, Tank is special, man.
That's one of the areas in which I like to see Devin grow a little bit. Like as far as boxing, like setting traps and stuff. Like I was saying earlier, I think he's exceptional at hitting and not getting hit. But a lot of times, like just standing in the pocket and being able to make somebody miss by just the slightest margin and return something, he doesn't look comfortable doing that all the time. Right. I think that he's capable of doing it because he's got the athletic ability. I feel like he's got the technical ability. Yeah, but right. He just has to be confident in standing in there and having somebody miss by just this much. Right. I haven't seen that from him on a consistent basis.
Right. Right. And that's I think that make Core special too, man. He know how to really come forward and make you miss with at the same rate you would if he decided to use his legs. I really identify with that. That's why I be telling people, fanship aside, just watch it. Just watch it. Just watch the Core. Smooth. Like he be a step ahead of the guy. You know what I mean? See, I'm not a dude that exaggerate. He fight 10 steps ahead of him. No, I'm not one of them. He'd be a step and a half or two ahead of somebody, realistically. See, I'm a realistic person. Like he'd be a step and a half or two ahead of somebody. You can see it. Like he making moves or he'd know what's coming before you even got it going on. Like that's a special talent. Like them dudes are going to be the biggest threat to each other, I believe, when they fight. I truly do.
Another thing I like to see from Devin a little bit more too is use his feet a little bit more to pivot. Like a lot of times he's like linear. He's got good feet. And that's what I'm saying. Like there's like having good technical ability, and then there's the application. So when I watch Shakur and Devin, and even with Tank, it just seems like their understanding of what they're doing, when they're doing it, and why they're doing it. Right. It's just different. It's just a notch higher.
You see what I see.
But with Devin, the technical ability is there. Like you were saying, the way he throws his punches, everything is crisp, everything is on point, even with his feet. But again, it's like with Loma, he kept getting hit with the left hand because he's keeping his head off the line, keeping his head on the line, and pulling straight back. It's like sometimes you got to pivot. Like I said, that 7th round, I was saying the educated in the box. I don't know why he didn't employ that a little bit more. That check hook. Clean ass check. I gotta find a little timestamp and I'm gonna send it to you on Twitter or something. But he hit him with a left hook and just pivoted right off. I want to see more of that from Devin, like not just jab and
I think it's something
everything
he can work
in a straight
on
line.
Sure. They probably go look at some tape and figure some stuff out. Like that's the thing. He got that youth on his side, so he got time to make the adjustments and go to the drawing board. You get what I'm saying? And what you was just speaking to is what I was saying about them. They allowing Tank to really come into his own and understand himself, and because of it, it's making him very dangerous. He knows, like you just say, he knows what he's doing, when he's doing it, and why he's doing it, and that makes a fighter very dangerous. They not just doing shit for the hell of it. They very efficient with every movement. Everything is calculated. You get what I'm saying? That make a dangerous fighter, man. But June 10th, T.O. and Taylor.
Ooh,
T.O. and Taylor. Yeah, Tank special, man. He's savage, man. He's savage in there. But T.O. and Taylor, and June 9th, I think, is Broner got his fight coming back, and Rigo on that card, I believe. And you got July 15th, you got Alicia Baumgartner in that rematch with Christina, the only girl that beat her. And you got Richardson Hitchens and Montana Love on that card. And somebody, it's another fight that I'm not mentioning that's also on that card. Mayo, what's going on, bro? How you feeling? Appreciate you pulling up, man. So we got some good boxing coming up, and this was a solid night, man. Chantel Cameroon defeated Katie Taylor as well, real quick. I
was impressed with her,
man. She did very well, man. She dethroned Katie. She fought very well and controlled that fight, man. And Katie, the right person won. I respected Chantel. She kept her belts. Katie took the first loss. She's still undisputed at 135. I think that was a big leap to 135 to 140 because she didn't allow herself to acclimate to 140. She just went straight for the smoke. So that's why I got the utmost respect for her. She ain't walk out of there no loser. She lost, but she ain't no damn loser, if you know what I'm saying. So respect to them ladies. They put it on the line. They gave us a great fight. But Chantel Cameron was she was on point. She was on point. And Gary Cully, that 6'2" lightweight, he got upset. And I think that was bad matchmaking. I think the zone usually do a good job with the matchmaking of their guys. I think that one was terrible. I think that was way too much of a jump for Gary Cully, and he got sparked, knocked out pretty damn bad. It looked bad for him. And Junto Nakatani, he ran through Andrew Maloney. Andrew Maloney did put up a fight. I'm not gonna lie. It was a good, entertaining scrap in my opinion, but he was making it sloppy with all that wrestling he was doing and leading with the head. That ended up causing a cut in the middle of Buddy head, Nakatani head. But Junto Nakatani got that late 12th round. It was less than 20 seconds, I think, left, and he stopped him. So that was impressive, man. It was a solid night, man. Solid night. Some good fights. Oscar Valdez had a lackluster performance to me. I wasn't overly impressed. I attribute some of that to the layoff. And some of that is just he is who he is. And them dudes seen each other before, so I didn't necessarily think he was going to blow the guy out the water or nothing like that anyway. So I just don't know. I don't know. Some people think he lost too. So, but it is what it is. I think overall we've seen a solid night of boxing. We did over 8 hours of streaming yesterday, and we put in that real work. So salute to everybody that continues to support the grind, man. We're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep pushing, putting this work in, man. Salute to Lomachenko, going out there, putting it on the line for his country and his people, man. He ain't got shit to be sad about. Dude went out there and fought like a real one at the end of the day. Just came up a bit short in a ticky-tack fight like that. It could go either way. It just is what it is, you know what I mean? And I just want to be the one to say this on record before we get out of here. If Loma would have won that fight, I already was on record saying I would have made zero excuses. Was not giving either guy an excuse for why you won. I even thought they were going to give it to Loma at the end of the fight, if people remember me saying that. And the reasoning for that is I didn't think they were going to give him a fight with judges with the fight being close like that. And I was wrong. And I'm glad some things you like to be wrong about. That's one of them things. He was able to get a close decision. You know what I mean? With those judges that was refereeing, you know, with the Tank fight or judging, you know what I mean? The same ones from the Tank fight. So, I mean, salute to both, man. Haney, 24, almost 36. Oh, man, there's no power. That's your soup to Joey, man. Appreciate you. One ref stopped it early, and the other ref wanted to see Cully. They're right, man. I'm telling you, Cully was getting destroyed, bro. Billy just got to add some wrinkles, right? Another thing I like to see from more guard manipulation. I know, see, you talking. You on your coach shit, man.
Yeah, man. Because you see, Dev like to use that jab. Sometimes you got to shoot the jab to not
like
even.
Somebody that's watching film, bro.
Sometimes you ain't trying to use the jab as a weapon to actually land it. You know what I'm saying? You want to pull that guard down, slip the right hand over the top. I want to see more stuff like that from Dev.
Haney's solid, man.
He got the tools.
Yeah, he got a lot he got a lot in front of him, man. He got a lot in front of him. He accomplished a lot.
Application at this point.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with going to that drawing board and getting better, because that's something that he could potentially definitely do. He got much room for that. And again, one thing that makes me have confidence in Haney is his work ethic and his ability to, or his willingness to want to get better. And apply that. He's always working. So when you have that part of it down packed and you living right, I feel like you do give yourself the best chance possible moving forward, despite how tough fights might get. You get what I'm trying to say? You still giving yourself the best chance possible because you're doing the right things. You're living the right way. I think that matter. I give credit for things like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Him staying focused, I think will help him. You know what I mean? Kind of be successful.
You saying I'm sounding like I'm watching film. You sounding like a motivational speaker right now. You sounding like Wayne Dyer or somebody like that. Tony Robbins.
No, man, I had to give my boy just do
right
before we got out of here, man.
Give
Haney his, man. And this ain't no halfway. It's some other stuff we could talk about, but even in doing it, you're not gonna hear me slighting them. It's just I like entertainment. I would have liked to see him and Shakur trash talk a little bit. No, I like it. I ain't mad at all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some people will go way deeper. Oh, he didn't even want to look at him. I ain't saying all that. I'm just saying it would have been fun to see him talk. See, I do it different. I ain't trying to make it look like it's a personal and he one-upped them and he should have did this or he was scared. Nah, I don't do all of that. G5 Jet, what's good with it, Fizzle? Salute, Brody. Appreciate you pulling up. Hey, Haney has no KO power, man. I think he was thinking, buddy, pretty good, bro. Loma, they already called him a future Hall of Famer, Jab. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But, man, we over the 3-hour mark, man. I ain't even planning to stay here this long. I do greatly appreciate all y'all. My bro Ant coming up here cooking with me. Salute to y'all family, man, and super chats, man. Y'all the real MVPs, man. And this conversation ain't necessarily over. Like, we got some other things to build on. Like I said, depending on, I don't know, man. I might either 2 lives tomorrow, or I feel like it's a conversation that I still need to have. It's a lot of little clips that I ain't really get into and examine. But again, I think once I started getting this going, I just wanted to leave it as me giving him his just due on this one. It's a good post-fight, you know what I mean? He did his thing. The right man won, in my opinion. If you say it's the other way, I'm not mad. This is why we see these fights. This is what a 50-50 was about. He gave us that. He stood on business. Let's see what's next for him. But I think he deserved a nice little rest and break. And I think he'd be all right, bro. Think bro would be all right. You know what I mean? Get a nice little break and work schedule change. Barely time. My phone for a man. Don't work too hard over the Fizzle. I know how that be, Brody. Know how that be. For sure. Respect, just keep being real, man. Real, not fair, but real, right? Remember, you keeping me honest with not saying that, right? I be trying to take that out the vocab, right? Thoroughbred boxing, salute, family. Appreciate all y'all. And y'all know we the voice over here, and we gonna always be real to the sport and help grow it, man. So Y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday, man. This was a nice long stream, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in tomorrow, man. We back on the grind though, but at our regular time, 4 o'clock, man. So we gonna keep rocking out, man. So with that, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all up out of here, family. Peace. Fizzle, I'll be tapping in with you for sure, man. Salute, much love and appreciation to the entire family, man. Y'all smash the like button on the way out. Appreciate everybody. Boxing continues, man, and we'll be back tomorrow at 4, man. Salute to the fam, and we out.